Commander Sinclair, welcome to Babylon 5.
We are in the process of building the future.
Rangers never bluff.
We have lost much, endured much, sacrificed greatly.
Zappers knew you would come.
I think I'll stick my head in the station's fusion reactor.
Life's full of mysteries. Consider this one of them.
If you go to Zahadu, you will die.
I'm going to have to really change that intro. But before we get started, I would like to welcome, holy shit, Arwen Avalon. Thank you for becoming a new member. And just because of that, the chair has been added, rough copy, to the emojis. Thank you, 30th member. And I wanted to say thank you so much to everyone involved who comes here every week as my phone goes off and ruins everything and agreeing, saying, my man. And Kate is laughing on camera. I would like to welcome the panel, and we will have Keith, Kate Giggles, Monkey, who already unmuted himself because he doesn't listen to my rules here. How dare you? And of course, let me unmute you. I swear to God, Dick, if you fight with the mute button one more time, I swear to God.
Is it working yet?
Unmute yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is horrible. And Adega, because of that, I want to say thank you so much.
I was lost at the gift shop.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll micro shoot. Hold on a second. Hold on. No. Hold on. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it yet, because I got to say thank you to Arwen Avalon quickly, and you get the creepy ass.
Oh, you touch my ta-la-la.
There you go, Arwen. Thank you so much for becoming a new member to the channel. And we have Local in the chat. Hello. We have Shane Nolan, Mr. Chickle Trunk, writing love poems for Keith already. Who else did I see? We, of course, a new member, Arwen Avalon. Thank you. We have the Jester of Sin, always causing me trouble when Explorer isn't, but I love him anyways. Who else do we have in here? I know I saw another person. Colin P. Smith, I think I already said hello. My Eyes. Yeah, well, thank you. My Eyes as well. How is everyone doing? We're back for another episode.
2 episodes.
Is Keith gonna let me? Keith, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
2 episodes. Supposedly his eyes burn.
Hey,
how's everyone doing? Yes.
Quick idea. You know how like the shadows, like they always scream, like when they're flying around.
Yeah.
You should put Az's face on the front of a shadow, screaming like a little bitch when he was playing Resident Evil.
What?
Oh man.
What?
Did you not hear him, or are you confused?
I'm both. But pardon?
Okay. He said
You know,
to put Az's
go ahead. Sorry.
he said to put Az's face while screaming when playing a game, whatever game, doesn't matter, on a shadow's ship.
Oh, that's true. I was actually just thinking about putting the war cry overlapping the sound of a shadow ship coming into attack.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, that works perfectly. I'll do that. Keith is already clenching his teeth in fear. What is this? Don't shake your head at me. What is this shit? Welcome back. We're back to Babylon 5.
Yes. Okay, episode 13, Hunter Prey. Ooh, what do you guys think of this particular episode that gives a little bit more to the mystery of the death of President Santiago, and also, gives us a little bit of a background on both Stephen Franklin's past and, of course, Lavorla.
Have you ever practiced this in front of a mirror?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
We're getting to the really exciting part of the show, man. I mean, this series is,
You're not just saying that. When you threw that, I actually want to add that quickly. This is also like the tipping point where they actually start branching more on the Franklin and Garibaldi relationship, like kind of like a Starsky and Hutch in a way. Mm-hmm. And they feed off each other, and it's fantastic. Wait, sorry, Kate. All right, no problem. I don't want to read that out loud. My bad. Lucky Jesus. But I agree with you. But should we let Adega show his toys quick? Because those are micro machines. We don't see those anymore. Keith.
Oh, you guys saw him already.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, show him. Come on. It's 20 minutes of tech support for your mic.
Well, it goes more with the next episode, not necessarily this one. Let me get my camera back on.
Yeah, we want to see the nipples.
All right. There are the various different Babylon 5 ships. Here's another one of different ships.
They don't make those anymore. You're lucky.
No, they don't.
Especially in that condition. Dude, that's awesome. I like how you covered the mic, too. It's like, I'm done with this shit.
I didn't cover the mic.
I know. We have another brick in the wall. Back to Keith.
Envious. I am so envious.
I don't know where that finger's been.
Wow.
What? The one that digs deep. Yeah, that finger. Episode 13. Uncomfortable yet funny.
You embarrassed him.
I was no regard to the possibility my parents could actually be watching this show.
Hi, Mom.
Too.
Hi, Dad. Keith is not associated with anything that comes out of my mouth. Yet.
Oh, man. Anyway. Hunter Prey. Oh, wow. So we're really getting in this now. Okay. This is when things are really going to start to get interesting. So
yeah, I agree.
What did you guys think of this episode?
Both were
well, this particular episode 13. We're going to start with episode 13, Hunter Prey.
Well, honestly, it was good because we actually get introduced to an actual close-up of a Furlan-style ship. We don't usually get that. And then we actually get introduced to a new type of technology the same way Sheridan and Ivanova are. It's a bio ship, if you want to do it. It's biotech. It's not. It's sort of living and sort of not. And there was one thing, though, that I'm going to say that links both episodes kind of together. There was a subtle layer focusing on the song and singing.
Mm-hmm.
And that had a lot to do with Ambassador Kosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Monkey, what'd you think? Like, this is
I thought it was like an interesting episode, but I kept on seeing what's his name, Bull from Night Court, Richard Mole. And then so I was like going like, I don't know. Like, he seemed darker than he actually was. Because like after Garibaldi got to him.
Yeah, well, Garibaldi did actually have a pistol, so you know that kind of made him dangerous in that particular situation.
Yeah.
But this is during that period of time when Richard Mole was doing a lot of episodes of various TV shows like Highlander the series, of which he was in the pilot, and also his work on Batman the animated series. But this is Harvey did. Yep. So, yeah, he was definitely going to be busy. This is really, I think, I like seeing him do stuff like this because, you know, that's how I always knew Richard Mole, was as a actor that would usually play heavies. You know, to hear people talk about Richard Mole as this great comedian, first of all, tells me how young you are. And second of all, you know, it shows that there's quite a few parts that he's had in the past that you probably haven't seen him in. But he's definitely one of those actors that made his name initially just playing a lot of bad guys. Whew.
Well, there are other certain actors or actresses that actually do just fit that role as a villain. They just seem to have not only the face, but the persona to pull it off. And when you kind of see them in those rare films or shows where they flip it off and they're the reverse, you're just like, no, I'd rather watch Suicide Squad.
Well, I mean, it's like the recently passed William Smith was one of those actors who pretty much ran the gambit during his career of playing, both good guys and heavies. A lot of heavies.
Thank you.
It is a gift to be able to do that. But you're right, there are certain people that just make their bones just doing nothing but that one thing. Playing a lot of heavy parts.
And Richard's co-star Marky Post just died.
Yes, she did. And I was sad to hear that. I didn't realize, though, she had reached 70. Wow.
That was surprising.
Wow. So that's one less person that could be available for the Night Court revival.
With Harry Anderson too,
he's already passed.
Yeah,
but I think it's just going to be down to John Larroquette.
No, Marsha Warfield,
yeah,
and what was the guy's name? Matt.
You mean the clerk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
He died? Oh yeah. Last time I saw him was on Disjointed.
Yeah. So out of that entire cast, I think you're down to like 2 people. Although I really hope Brent Spiner decides to make another cameo appearance on the show. So, but anyway, back to Babylon 5. How about you, Kate? What did you think of this particular episode?
Forgettable, because I watched it within the last 2 hours and I already forgot everything.
Don't. It's the one with the running from the law.
Yeah.
Yeah, President Clark's doctor is on the run.
The bureaucracy stuff is always boring to me. It's like, yeah, we get it. They're bad. They're the real bad guys. No one wants to have this conversation in real life, so...
Well, represented in this episode by another great actor that I really like, Bernie Casey, who, again, a lot of younger people would know as the Bill and Ted's history teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also as he was the fraternity representative in Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
So what about you? Sorry.
No, go ahead. I
was gonna say, what about you, Adaga? Seeing you have a lot of history and stop playing with your toys. That's the reason why I'm interrupting. I'm playing with his toys right now.
No, I was just looking at it, and I still regret not getting the second and fourth one. There's 4 in the series. I have 1 and 3. I don't have 2 and 4. But that's all right. With this episode, I can understand, Kate, that it being forgettable if I didn't know what was going to happen in the series.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the things start to line up, little bits and pieces. The stuff going with the general, his aide that was there to help out and get the crystal. There's a bunch of little different pieces that are going to all make one big picture. So I can kind of understand what she's saying. That being said, there was a lot of good acting in it. I knew that the bad guy, you guys are just talking about him, and I'm horrible with names. The real
Bernie Casey.
Yeah, I knew that he was in something. I could never place him. And then he said Night Court, and I said, oh, okay, yeah. And I know he's been on other things.
No. It wasn't him. I mean, Bernie.
The real tall guy. He had the glasses on.
Yeah,
the sunglasses
That's Richard Mall. Mall. Yeah.
Well, I knew I had seen him somewhere before, recognized the actor, and for me, I never thought he was that great in the show, but he played his part. It was a small part. Mm-hmm. But I think the big thing to take away, which we'll find out is very important, is the start to understanding the Vorlons more, like you brought up, their ships, their secrecy, things they can do with their technology, where Sheridan said they must be 1,000 years, and he's going, his estimation is 1,000 years ahead, when in fact they're millions of years ahead.
Well, also,
and one thing that
also
kind of bothered
Kasha's-
me.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
one thing that bothered me a little bit too, and it was no fault of the show, but I was kind of hoping they would fix it with this enhanced version that they have out, where they were talking about the Vorlon ship saying it was seamless and all the other aspects about it. But the CGI that they used, the early stuff, it didn't look like they corrected much. I think they could have made it look a little prettier like they did with them, later on. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's just me. I thought it was a good tie-in.
Well,
not the
whole
best episode, but it was
conversation
good.
between Kosh and Sheridan, where Sheridan got frustrated and ended up saying something that set Kosh off.
Yep.
And again, if this is your first time through watching it, you don't understand what Sheridan had said and what its meaning was in the larger story.
Yep.
But the actual question.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Never ask that question.
And that is a very dangerous question. I mean, the bad guys have their question, but the good guys have their question, which is, who are you?
Yeah.
I just always think of Alice in Wonderland, though. Who are you?
There's probably a little bit of that within this. Lots of philosophical. Man, I need to really work on that. Lots of philosophical questions tied into a lot of this stuff. The deeper meaning of things.
Speaking of philosophical questions, Wokel asks, I'm still wondering what ships in the Micromachine's box are besides the Minbari cruiser.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. We have... Let me put my glasses on so I can actually
Look, you're making him do extra work. What is this shit? What is it?
I know. It's terrible. There is a Centauri transport, the Minbari cruiser. It gives the dimensions and everything. There's a Star Fury. I have the Babylon 5 station, the Vorlon transport, and the Green Ship. It's a commercial transport. And no Crisco on my ships at all.
Oh, bullshit. There's Crisco everywhere. Arwen Avalon says, we can't ask what do you want in our household now without following with a never ask me that. Well, that works great. So you can actually tell them, make it yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Wokel says, that's a very nice collection. I'm jealous. I agree.
Those
are
easy
awesome.
to be jelly. Jeez.
But yeah, this episode was it was good because it's showing that not only is there something going that nobody trusts, is that Sheridan, when he first is introduced, it kind of feels like he's there to spy on the crew for negative purposes for Santiago. That's the way I got at the first impression. It then turned out that it's more based on whether or not they can be trusted on trying to figure out what actually happened with the assassination of the president of the show. And you start seeing that because he's been, like we saw this in a previous episode, he's been stuck there for 6 months waiting for someone to talk to him, someone to debrief him, someone to give him some type of insight of, am I doing this all for nothing? And it's still continuing on. And where the hell does Babylon 5 lie? And at this point, this is also the stepping stone of where Babylon 5 will lie in the future. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. Wow.
Yeah.
I think the best part, though, was Orange callback in his kitchen. I think that's funny.
Oranges?
Yeah, it was just on the counter. It's funny. It's a callback. It's perfectly placed. That's how you do that.
You know what? Yes, you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
that is a really good callback to Sheridan when he first got on board.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I see everything. I look for everything. So,
Kate remembers when she wants.
yeah, but no, I only remember things that interest me. Otherwise, it's gone.
That makes sense. There were good shows. It wasn't very much focusing on all like serious lore stuff, but we were starting to see how the Vorlons think, in that the reason why they haven't even talked to us in general, because it links both episodes, is because they judge us as not ready, because they still see us as a baby race, and that plays on later down the road. We're getting so close to the good parts, and I don't want to spoil anything, but everyone knows what I mean at this point. And it's Shane says I miss oranges. I bet you do. Florida has them all, sir. Go get them, sir. We will have your back.
Oranges fried in Crisco.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Crisco.
It's just giving you ammo for your thing. It's okay.
I know. I would like to say one thing, though. This stream is sponsored by Sheridan Seagal, loving his nuggets and nugget sandwiches. That's right. I did that to that shirt. For first-time viewers, episode 16 is going to blow your mind. That episode took the show to another level. No spoilers from me. Just be prepared for the high gear the show will go in on that one. I do agree. And does anyone else have anything amazing about this show? Like, Keith, you seem like you want to share shit, and you're like, God damn it, can it just be 3 weeks from now? Come on, just hurry the fuck up.
You know what? It's just, going back over all of this, and this is probably my 7th or 8th time watching it all the way through.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know so much if you've only seen it 7 times?
Only 7.
Stuff I've seen it probably close to 100 because I have problems.
Well, I mean, again, it for me, it was just there had never been anything like this on TV before, and by the time this particular season had been broadcast, I had already met at least 1 or 2 members of the cast already, so I was like totally in it. And I was just taking deep dives on everything. And back then, people were doing things like looking up people's names and seeing any connotations, because several characters are named after either famous objects, famous people, other things. So it's kind of like what everybody went through watching Lost, in a sense, except that there is actually a payoff, and it's cool, So,
there is a payoff though with Lost. We got the mock JJ, and we still do. So technically, it's a win-win scenario at this point.
There's a cool payoff that everybody actually understands and isn't as controversial. Man, I'm having trouble talking today.
Hold on. Keith, get out of yourself a second. This dyslexic moment was brought to you by FAT-STEVEN. He fucks up everybody. And also Master Grift. Don't steal content without it. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Anyway,
is that true? Alfred Bester is literally named after a sci-fi writer.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
There's a sci-fi author by the name of Alfred Bester. So he is now forever, to be honest, I had never really heard of Alfred Bester until Babylon 5. And once I looked him up, he's one of those authors that was very prominent in the 40s and 50s. So,
honestly, the episodes were great. I know we all have that weird subtle thing we're trying not to say too much. Even Keith looks like he's about to burst like the Goodyear blimp. But we like it's the truth. We're at this point. We're literally right there, and things are going to start picking up. And
so many things. I know you too. There's so many things you want to say. There's so many things that are just, you just want to. And you
grab with both hands. How about this? Let's put episode 13. I took a couple notes, not a lot, but listen. First of all, we get introduction to a Vorlon ship, and the fact that not only is it a sentient being to a point that anyone who tries to touch it or come near it automatically points a laser targeting system on it. And not only did it freak out the whole staff maintenance crew that is sent down there just to take care of the whole hangar bay, no one wants to go down there because it's given a pretense of not just haunted, they don't know what will happen. At the same time, he went off camera again. I'm sorry. And we had another one. We had Sheridan literally playing subterfuge in a way with the whole downtown terminology, which was lined with lead, which is also a Superman nod off, if anyone caught that one, because they were looking for that man who had the chip. Wasn't anything severity when it came to the guy coming on board using the whole station security crew. It wasn't about that. It wasn't secrets. It was about the fact that the medical scans proved that Santiago was not sick, and it proved the fact that he knew what was going to happen, or he had some type of idea, and that's why this whole manhunt began.
Mm-hmm.
The third thing is, like I said earlier, it started the whole Franklin and Garibaldi, Starsky and Hutch kind of relationship. They were able to connect about how it was in the war, but how they're later on going to be the next duo team in their own sideline stories as the seasons progressed. It started way back, probably with the whole the food plan, if everyone remembers the food plan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a good episode. It's character development.
Also, Bernie Casey's character also drops a few things when talking about Earth and their black projects and some of the things that they, he drops a few hints about what's going on with Earth, and it gives you some clues as to what is coming. So, yeah. It's so exciting. So exciting.
All right, tell me why you're excited without spoiling stuff, Keith. Maybe that can go in. Give me your emotional.
You know what? It has been a long time since a show like Babylon 5 that is so well thought out that when you get to the ending, it is a satisfying ending. Sad in some ways, but still satisfying. And it's been a long time. I mean, I've made it to the end of a lot of different TV shows, and it's very rare that you can actually come away going, okay, that was good. That was really good. Maybe The Next Generation, that was good. Very frustrated by the DS9 ending.
Everyone was. It's the same with me. That goes up there with the Stargate Universe ending and how they're like, okay, you guys are going to go to sleep, but we're never going to tell anyone when you're going to wake up. Falls under the same pretense with you're never going to find Mary Jane if you're talking Fox Kids. Hi.
And then we have Voyager, and the Voyager ending was kind of like, it's cool, yet if they had done this for the entirety of the series, it probably would have done better in the ratings. And then you had Enterprise, which was just like, oh, that was a huge miscalculation. I at least have to say one of the few times that Rick Berman actually came back to reality to admit that he now admits that he made a mistake with the final episode of Enterprise. So, hope springs eternal.
All right. Then let's down the line. Monkey, Kate, or Adega, whoever wants to go first, just raise your hand. Oh, wait, you can't. Only one can. Anything else you liked about 13? Because I think everyone's more interested in 14 for some reason.
My hand's already raised up. What do you mean I can't raise it? Look, it's right there in front of you.
Look, just because you put your name in your hand.
It's got Crisco all over it. Look at that big white
What is with you in the
splash.
Crisco? Honestly, you're going to start paying me for this, man. Jesus. Blackadder jokes
Crisco
everywhere.
Kid.
It's Crisco Core. Like Green Lanterns, only fatter and less.
Every core
more
has
slippery.
a leader, and it is the kid.
Yeah, you got to do a redub of like the Cisco Kid, where it goes like.
There you go. Now, the thing about this show, too, and this is, I think, part of the reason why a lot of people like it so much, is you get to every television show, there is the main plot line, if it has one at all, if it's reasonably written. If it doesn't have one, then it's not worth watching. But if it has some type of plot line, then it's exciting, and you have the characters that help drive the plot, and sometimes you get to know the characters a little bit here and there. With this one, all of them have their own character arc, which is different than most shows. They're not just there for plot fillers. They're not there to keep driving the story.
Mm-hmm.
You get to learn who the Doctor is, who Garibaldi is, Delenn. They have more than just the two duo where it's the Doc and Garibaldi. You have Sheridan and Delenn. You have, it goes on and on and on and on. So it does a very good job of taking 2-3 minute clips to generate stronger understanding of each individual character that makes them an integral part, not just a light that you turn on to see the room. They're actually part of the story.
It is very much like what we got and how invested everybody can get on a show like, say, The Walking Dead or even Game of Thrones, given the sheer number of characters and how important they are to the overall story. But this is a show that has a satisfying conclusion to that point. Because, again, I can't really name anybody that was completely satisfied with the final episode of Game of Thrones, let alone that final season.
I didn't watch it. It doesn't exist. Like Last Jedi. Doesn't exist. Rise of Wolf Walker doesn't exist.
And then
I blame time travelers.
There you go.
And then you have, even
put that Starbucks cup.
Even a show like Walking Dead, which I can't really name anybody that I know personally that's still watching that show.
That's because they're all dead. Literally. It's boring. I don't know how anyone's still watching it. Like, I'm going to be straight honest. It is boring. After the Negan stuff, everyone was waiting for that one Negan thing. They're all lined up in the comic. Dead. It died. Ooh, Tiger.
It took forever for them to even make the show. Because, like, I remember when I was working at Diamond and I was passing out the books. That's when, like, The Walking Dead hit. And then we were passing them out. And then it was so hard to get, like, the first issue. So I waited till one of the bags were damaged, and then I damaged it out and just bought it myself.
This is kind of a funny picture. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry. No,
I hate the puffy shirts. Oh, my God. Sorry, Monkey. I've been looking at that purple puffy shirt for God knows how long, and all I'm hearing is Seinfeld going, I don't want to be a pirate. That's all I'm hearing.
Right.
That's not the same thing. That's the 90s.
Right. And they have in their hands, which I think were carefully disguised, one of the first nutrition bars that ever came out, the Nutri-Grain bars.
Oh, those are still tasty.
And Garibaldi has a horrible hat on. But other than that,
that's not true. He bought it from Captain Picard. Maybe it goes to Holiday.
I think it's terrible.
Military energy bars, like flavored Crisco.
All right,
Yeah.
you know what? Every
With
time someone
raisins.
says Crisco, you owe me $1. Okay, let's get this straight here now. Okay.
Collected by the
He's
Crisco
having a ball.
kid.
He's like, finally, the fat fuck is getting it. Finally, no more mom and dad apologies. I'm good. I hope you fall out of that chair.
Well, anyway, I'm gushing about how close we are to the tipping point of being able to just,
Fondle your hands.
Bubbling over with just.
Yes, we need to get to season 3. We really freaking do. Because I feel like we can feel the stalemate here. It's like 13, 14. Get to the end. Get to the end. But, like, okay, let's move on to season 14. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Episode.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you. I'm having an episode. Thank you for pointing that out.
I wish season 14.
But,
I could smell the stroke happening up there.
I honestly think 14 was better, and I think we're going to go this way. Start collecting royalties on Crisco till royalties come after me from Crisco. That's pretty much what's going to happen.
Unless the word is like Kleenex, then you're fine.
They don't know who you really are, so who are they going to come after? Fat Steven Seagal?
No, they'll go after Trey Parker. The Trey Parker will come after me.
Or they'll come after real Steven Seagal, and then he'll like.
Oh yeah, go love Russia.
Do some fat Aikido to them. Some fat guy Aikido.
But yeah, honestly, the episode was great, but it wasn't enough. And I'll be straight, it was not enough. It was more Earth Force trying to cover up their loose ends because it would show that whatever they did plan or whatever's going to be told of planned, because we all know at this point that something's going on. That we're seeing that not even Earth is perfect, not even Minbari is perfect, no race is perfect. They all have their shit that they try to keep buried, covered under the carpet, skeletons in the closet. Same thing. This is pretty much what this episode was. Sheridan was playing the master game of keeping everyone off the toes while trying to get to the information first. And that's the way it played out downtown.
Colin P. Smith asked something. His very last question. It's not really a question, but a statement that needs to be clarified.
Go hell. Go to hell. Just go.
It's a commercial name for lard, used for frying and making cookies, making, pie crusts and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah. That's great.
And it's great to grease up and play Twister with your favorite person.
Okay, now that I never expected out of Adega's mouth. What? Means we sent you an invite, dude. Get in the StreamYard. Why are you always in the chat first? You're in the Babylon 5 group. No, he's not. He's being stopped. Odega, you can't. What? I'm hungry.
He wants the Crisco Kid to make a special delivery. Fried chicken.
Because now it was at this moment. It was at this moment I realized that he was off his Adderall, and for that, let's.
And he had us. Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Love
and
that.
Everyone, plug your ears. Here comes.
Though I know I should be wary, still I venture someplace scary. Ghostly haunting, I turn loose. Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Oh, Steven, you sounded so disappointed saying that. I apologize.
You never come in the StreamYard first. You always go to the chat first, like you're always lost.
What? Hey! Well, I thought the people were important. I thought they were the whole reason we were here.
They
Try to
are,
be one of the people's people.
So it's being part of the panel.
People champion. What? Oh,
so it's being part of the panel.
Well, it's not like I'm better than anybody.
Definitely not. With time,
it's very true.
We're all equals here.
Hello, Beams.
What's going on, Keith? I like your wall.
Thank you.
You just finished it.
Looks very sturdy.
It is sturdy.
Oh, dude, these episodes are freaking amazing. I love it. Dude, Keith, you are totally right. All I remember is like over the past 2 weeks, you're like, they're going to need those new defenses and everything because stuff's going to happen. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of stuff and things happening. There's a lot of stuff and things happening, dude. I like these episodes. Totally 9 plus for each of these. I'm all right with it.
It's getting even better too. I mean, ooh.
Dude, all I know is I totally feel the was it not the Romulan, sorry, wrong franchise, everything. The Centauri Emperor. He's like, I would like to meet a Vorlon. I would like to meet a Vor. Actually, now that those words come out of my mouth, that's probably not a good idea.
It only costs you a couple of dollars. You can probably work it off.
I mean, I would probably ask whether they want, and I would probably get spaced or something like that, or the ship would turn me into some piece of bubble gum.
They're very good at doing live human experiments.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily on the show. That's in the books.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about here or in Babylon 5. Well,
hey, you know what? We can make it happen for you.
We can make it into bubble gum. Just needs a steamroller and some pink dye.
Dude, when I was a kid, I
pink.
totally took a couple of sticks of bubble yum and stuff, the things that come in like the little rectangle, and it was obviously a good idea. I smushed them all together, and then I rolled them in sprinkles, and then I started to eat it. And then upon starting to eat it, I realized that was a terrible idea. You're supposed to not eat bubble gum, especially that much. I was like 7 years old. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm done.
Eat it with pink
at the
bread.
And his
Well,
dentist
everyone
went on
do it.
vacation shortly after.
Dude, I haven't been to the dentist in so long. It's going to be very bad.
And that disgusting moment was being minimized. So did you like it?
So you're talking about Garibaldi and stopping the stuff and things, and I don't know. It was just so stereotypical 90s, as Kate would say, in that, all right, it's like, oh, we have to go find them by hand and everything. It's like, wait a second, couldn't you just wire into like the whole ship system? Well, you didn't ask. It's like, this is literally the epitome of, I think even the doctor said it in this episode. He's like, you do realize you catch more bees with honey. So true.
They have a lot of like subtle fourth wall breaking in these two, which is great.
Oh, dude, and the sheer fact that Garibaldi dressed up like Indiana Jones, I'm like, that is freaking amazing. It's totally like him, because I mean, if he's watching freaking like Duck Dodgers of the 21st and a half century, it's like, of course he's gonna dress up like Harrison Ford. Why wouldn't you?
So you're saying he was just missing a whip and a giant boulder chasing him down the lower sectors, and he would have been fine for you?
We did not see them those full 6 hours. That may have occurred.
But there's an episode where he's running from something down a hall like that, isn't there?
Yeah, alimony
crazy. Yeah.
I thought he had some romantic interests and stuff. Hey, all I'm saying is Garibaldi. All I know is it wouldn't surprise me if he's part of the BDSM community.
That explains the motorcycle.
Well, he also likes to snuggle. I'm assuming. I apologize.
Well, he's clearly a masochist, liking Daffy that much.
Well, now that we've covered every sexual format possible.
Oh, there's plenty. Rule 34, my friend. Rule 34.
Your Furlan back to your pants. Back to the party.
You what?
Exactly. Hello, Snore Pupus. How are you doing there? Now, back to you, Keith. I'm sorry. Is he even alive anymore? I can't tell if he fell out of his chair.
I'm alive. I'm here. I'm all of this stuff is just, it's always good to be here with you guys discussing this. You really don't understand how much I look forward to being here every Monday just to talk to everyone. So.
Me too.
I have a fan theory that Keith and Mr. Tickle Trunk are actually the same person. Because their love it's over 9,000. I mean, it's so much love that he's split in two different human forms. That we've never even seen Mr. Tickle Trunk's human form to my knowledge. But hey, these things happen.
You know what? That's a pretty good theory. You know.
Yeah, they're the yin and yang of the same person. One's black, one's white.
But I think my twin brother would have a problem with that. So.
Now you're triplets.
No, don't dodge Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Actually, that's actually Robert Meyer Burnett's a triplet with us.
I think he's blowing you kissy faces, or he's telling you to shh about the secret.
But I thought Robert Meyer Burnett failed for buggers with Fish Boy.
They do look similar.
Welcome to Headbanging with Keith. That looks so wrong in so many ways.
Only to you.
Oh, man.
The vest is even like, I want fucking out of here. So, yes,
I just like to tell my parents, hey, I'm all right.
I don't know these white people. I'm sorry.
He's almost broke.
He's like, why Fat Steven? Why this motherfucker? It's Babylon 5. Why this douche?
I know. You're always making fun of my shiny carapace. Those are such mean words, Steven.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's very... Look. We continue the conversation. Yeah, that's right. You look up while your leg hair eats another piece of Lego. We can go down that road again.
Not that hairy
anymore.
Well, maybe not the upper part. Well, continue.
So, episode 13, yay or nay? Out of if we're done with the episode, because this is getting like sexually awkward at this point. I got to chop. Hi, Kylock. Okay, from rating of 1 to 10, we'll go down in order. For episode 13, 1, nah, 10, yay. Okay, starting with Keith. What did you give this episode?
I gave this episode a 7.
Okay. And then, well, that's fair. I give it about a 6.5 to a 7 too, but it also plays into factor with my rewatchability of how I've done stuff. So, yeah, probably a 7 after rewatchability. What about you, Memes? And your hurt fifis?
You've totally... Okay, I need to take back what I said earlier. When I said I was a 9, I'm not gonna lie. You completely, you brought me back down for this. I mean, it was good, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it like a 7.9. I think the second episode just kind of bled into. If I were to average them, it would be at least a 9.
Yeah, it could have been a 2-parter. I agree. That's the seamlessly stuff in there, and then Kate with the faces and the tongue. What would you give this episode?
Like 5-ish, 6 maybe.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
It's very like it has some fun moments, but it's just kind of meh.
And what about you, Adaga?
I'd have to say 7, low 7, simply because there's only so far up you can go, and there are definitely 10 episodes that are coming up where there's nothing but a 10. They've been nominated for awards, all kinds of fun things. They're coming up. So I'd have to be a 7, reserving all that excitement for the stuff that is to come.
Next week, though, we're getting to one of those, and I can't wait. I really can't fucking wait. And then, what about you, Monkey?
I give it maybe 6.5. It was like it seemed like it was different than most episodes because it was like the news episode. But I mean, like it wasn't really like exciting to me.
I can agree. Kind of both these episodes melded together to make maybe one long 2-hour episode, but it definitely wasn't.
It didn't hold up on its own.
No, they don't. That's a fair answer. So that means we can get into the funnier, more talkative about episode, and that would have to be, hey, Zach, it's nice to see you here. How you doing? And we have a bunch of 7s, 8s, and 7.5s, and for some reason we have a musical. No reason. I don't know why. Hi, Kyla. How are you doing?
Oh, is there a musical? There should be. I want that.
With the Vorlon splatter zone. I would love it.
Oh my god, yes. Please, can we do that?
Yeah.
And a Drazi mosh pit.
Oh my god, I need to go ask someone so
Vorlon, gotta find a Vorlon.
No, seriously, I want to make this happen.
Yep.
Oh, I just realized I based that off the Rugrats song, Rep Star, gotta find that Rep Star.
Keith, I'm going to eventually have to just screenshot you shaking your head and use it as a super chat.
Hey, they're both green.
How have you not yet?
Because I haven't asked permission yet.
Oh, well, that's fair. I understand. Thank you.
Now we're on to episode 14. Has anyone ordered the Vorlon toilet merch? There's
What?
What is it, like toilet paper? Every time you wipe your ass, you're asking, who are you?
No, the seat looks like one of those Vorlon encounter suits minus the headpiece. That's what you said.
No, I was going to say, well, it is a toilet, right? Because it's got all the bio stuff in there as well, so you can survive, right? So that would include, like, passing stuff and things.
No, I strongly advise against that on every level. I don't see.
Well, you would flush out your components and stuff. They did that in Transformers.
I'm just trying to imagine what that would look like in real life, and if it is real, like all the no. There are weird things out there. That is one of them. Don't do it.
But we don't know what Vorlons look like.
But their suits should not be made into toilets.
No spoilers, Steven.
Oh, okay.
I don't really care all that much. I just felt that.
Never seen a Vorlon in my life.
Oh, very pretty Vorlon.
I just don't think that will work in a bathroom setting. Don't advise it.
Arwen Avalon says there's also a perfume called Ed. It looks especially like a Vorlon encounter suit.
Yeah,
really?
But that's been around since the 90s as well.
Who are you? God damn it! I'm not reading that over again.
A perfume that's called Alien. Does it smell like the border?
No, I don't remember what it's supposed to be like, but it's like over 20 years old.
So what you're saying is it smells like the Outer Rim.
Yeah, they're smelling like the inner rim job.
Oh, the inner rim.
The inner rim job, yes. So we're getting into episode 13, as my phone agrees with me right now. All right. You guys, Keith, take the show. I have to quickly meet a delivery driver. So we are on episode 14. Take it away, Sally.
Hey, everybody. Episode 14. There, all the honor lies.
Sally.
Captain Sheridan is accused of murdering a Minbari citizen. Ivanova is placed in charge of a gift shop selling Babylon 5 merchandise. This particular episode includes, I think, one of only 3 references to the other show that I have found. There are probably more that I've probably missed over the years. But definitely Ivanova talking about some deep space franchise.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that was funny.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
You didn't
God.
get that?
No. I love the fact it's like, all right, we're going to set up like a gift shop here. It's going to be like a no-duty store. I'm like, wait a second. So what you're saying is you're putting her in charge of like a space Cinnabon. Captain, I hate this. That's why you're the perfect person, because you're actually going to make it work. Makes sense. That's basically what I would do.
How they do it. I love it.
The first time I saw this, I remember when I saw that Londo doll. I thought that was wow. I mean, they had a lot of fun with that one. I hear behind the scenes.
Now was the movie a book or?
No. This is the Londo doll that they introduced in the episode.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I love the style of this episode because they were filming it kind of just like the documentary and like a number of series, especially in the 90s. They would do that where it's like, all right, the press is there, and usually people will put on like a show and try to pretend all these things, but they just kind of went about their normal thing. So I'm like, well, technically, if they're part of Earth Force and everything, and this is the official network of the greater Earth and territory and everything.
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on. Hold on.
That's the wrong episode, I do believe.
Yeah. Hold on. I think you may have gotten and now for a word.
Oh.
That's
Did I watch the
episode
wrong
15.
episode? Okay, maybe I kept watching. I apologize. Okay, maybe that's why I'm confused. Yeah, no, that was a great episode.
That is a good episode. Okay, but we can talk about that one next week. So you're actually ahead of the class, in a sense.
Oh my God, first for everything.
So this particular episode, There All the Honor Lies, is an episode, one of the few actually written by someone else other than Straczynski himself. And this particular episode was written by author and comic book writer Peter David.
Oh, I heard rumors about that, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was a joke, but like one of my friends, we went to Comic-Con, and then they were hanging out with a bunch of like the writers and artists, and I went to go walk the floor. But my friend Travis was like going like, dude, I heard something about Peter David. That's gonna like he goes, do you know who he is? And I go, yeah, he's like the writer of Incredible Hulk and stuff. And then he was like, well, yeah, he's weird. And I go, what are you talking about? And he's like talking about like the small hands up his butt and stuff. And I was like, what? I shouldn't be talking about him on live.
So I mean, were they exploring the Outer Rim? Where Honor Lies.
Yeah. No, this is the episode about Sheridan being involved in an incident with a Minbari warrior, where in self-defense he shoots and the Minbari warrior dies. And also introduces the short-lived Babylon 5 gift shop.
We're going to do this to encourage morale and mooch off of your patrons because bureaucracy isn't enough. We want to make a pun out of it.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say this. After this episode aired, I remember going to conventions and there were a lot of people that made their own Babylon 5 John Sheridan bears. So, I mean, oh wow. The very fact that they didn't move forward with that formally, that's a missed opportunity.
They called it a bear balloon, or I can't say it how they say it. I say it backwards. Bear.
Yeah, I've never been able to. Yeah, bear.
Should be bear balloon.
It should be. It's not. But that's what I call it. Bear balloon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an episode that features. That also has Julie Caitlin Brown returning. She's the actress that plays Sheridan's counsel. Mm-hmm. She's also the actress that originated the part of Natoth. Okay, who was Jakar's second.
Yeah,
and then she went away for a while and was replaced by another actress. Mm-hmm. And again, another member of the cast who I've actually met more than once. Julie Caitlin Brown is an awesome woman. I mean, she is so cool. So cool. On a personal level. But this is the episode that kind of plays with, that kind of explores kind of like the more of what was set up in the last episode by beginning with Kosh and John Sheridan and John's lessons. Okay? And also explores some more about the Minbari. And we learn about the cast and about the third frame of Cherdomo, which is what Lennier belongs to. A good episode, solid episode. Kind of figured when I first watched it, I kind of figured out what was going on, but I still enjoyed it, you know. So let's just go down and find out what all of you thought. Starting with, well, let's start from the bottom at Monkey.
Muted.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry. Oh, I thought it was kind of like it was kind of like showed more of Lennier's like his loyalty to Delenn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he'll basically like he'll do anything for her basically, like he's like totally loyal, like he won't betray her at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's like the one guy she can trust, even though like she's been cast out by everybody else.
Yeah. Well, also, one thing I forgot to say was this episode also features really kind of like a double B story. A balancing act between Lennier and his participation in the investigation, but also Veer Cotto and what he's going through with Londo. Which again, there is that kind of balance between the two of them and their relationship to their respective ambassadors who they work for.
It's not just the loyalty of that, though, Keith. We're also coming back to the point. Yes, I have returned. Stupid debit card wouldn't work. Racist. It's not just the loyalty of Delenn and her word when we're looking at Lennier in general. If you can't tell by now, he's in love with her, but he tries to keep the loyalty of profession more important over his emotion. But his emotion is partial of the drive of why he goes to such lengths to not only find the truth when it comes to Minbari situations, but to make sure that he does not take sides while doing it, whether it be the side of Delenn, the side of B5, and the friendships he's built with the staff. He is making a fine line of being a true Minbari. He doesn't see Starkiller, he sees Sheridan. He doesn't see an outcast. He sees Delenn. He is very straight and narrow, and he keeps his emotions buried down on top of it, but it's also his strength. Am I wrong on this?
Yeah. Hello, Stig.
Hey, Steve, how are you doing, bro? I hope you're having fun with your day of retro gaming. And he also does D&D.
That is always fun.
Hello, T-shirt. I saw you as well. And there we have Zach's. And no one heard that bottle open.
We heard your 7-Up's opening.
Yeah, 7-Up, air quotes. And hello, T-shirt. I see you as well. But yeah, this was one of the... I love Lennier for one thing. And as through the seasons, if you can pick it up, he starts developing a sense of humor at the same time. You're slowly that broom removes out of his ass. And he starts
I
getting a little more comfortable.
disagree. He's funny the whole time.
He's funny.
Fun.
He's fun, but he's not up to a level of maybe humor that most people watching would get it if they're not.
It's just dry.
It is dry, like Molson Dry. It's very dry and bad. Molson Dry is bad.
I would have gone with Canada Dry.
Hey, hey, can you stop insulting Canada Dry for just because those are the Canada jokes right now.
Hey, we have a local ginger ale over here. I'm giving you.
It's called crap.
No, it also begins with a C though.
Crap.
Negative.
What's it called?
Chelmsford.
Chomp. What?
It's one of those fancy British things that we carried over here to New England.
Are you product placing, Keith?
Yes.
Somebody's got to.
Because I do drink that stuff.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Seriously. Oh my God.
Okay.
Crisco and ginger ale. That's my life right there. That's where I'm going to end up being sponsored by. Crisco and ginger ale in tears.
Oh man.
Now getting back into it. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there. I just heard Lennier talking. I wanted to get in there. So where were you guys going with this?
Well, we were going through to see what everybody thought. We're to Adega right now.
Oh, my bad, Adega. I'm so sorry.
No apologies needed. I was just exiting the gift shop, having fun, realizing that the ambassador's doll was anatomically insufficient, which made fun. Also, I happened to pick up the Valen series from DC.
Oh,
yes!
Holy shit. You better put those in cardboard.
I know. Well, it is in cardboard. I just took them out so you could see them a little better.
Oh, blasphemy.
It is. It is. But I really, really enjoyed the Centauri intrigue, to see the abject hypocrisy, the racism, these people that are supposed to be held in such high regard have some really dark secrets that they like to hide from everybody. How much they hate other species. A lot of them do, not all of them. But obviously the warrior caste and parts of the religious caste. We never get to see too much of the worker class. We have no idea. They probably just too busy swinging hammers. But it was...
suck that in right now. Thank you, Steve.
What's that? No, I enjoyed it quite thoroughly. This was a good one, and the intrigue, especially, this was a good building for Lennier, getting to, just like you had said, that his love for Delenn, or Delenn, yeah, the Delenn, someone in my books, for Delenn, that it's really starting to come through, and he's trying not to have it to be a sickening obsession, though hints of it are already started.
Do you think it's a sick obsession, or is the fact that he doesn't know that he's stuck in between that line of emotion and loyalty to Delenn, that he has to put one thing above the other and then focus energy of the other that's being put in the back towards servitude in a way?
Well, there's a future with this story. I don't want to give out anything, but
yeah,
it's a good background of the struggles that he is going to go through, and he's going to go through some nasty self-torture.
Well, that's a message.
Hot Pocket's done.
Hot Pocket!
Is meatballs and mozzarella?
Sorry. I disagree. I think he's just very dutiful to his job and focuses on that.
Remember what you say right now.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten to, unless there's something beyond the 3rd season,
I'm not spoiling. Is someone taking their pants off?
No, I just put those comics back in cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I should have turned I needed to turn my mic off. I'm sorry.
I've only seen 3rd season. You're going to regret that later. It's like then all I hear is the weird rustling afterwards. I was like, okay.
Sharpening my knife.
Not wearing
Hi.
pants.
Congratulations.
What sulfur tortures that? Binging Star Trek. No one talks about STDs here. But no, I will not watch that show. It's horrible. Lennier has quite the journey to take, as do they all. Yes, they all have one. And flush once for the bulk. Thank you. I guess Monkey's next, unless you had something else to add. I'm sorry.
Or are they about to kiss there?
The monkey went first.
No. The thing is, they're part of the same house. And protecting the honor of one house is why there's such friction between two. Lennier is trying to figure out what actually happened and whether it borderlines on a Minbari's truth of lying or not lying, or whether there's another subterfuge. That's why subterfuge is so good in both of these episodes, because it seems to, no matter what, there's always someone with a plan. They're trying to get away with something. And you can tell it in the guy's voice. It's not hate. It's more hate than it is respectful, but he keeps referring to Sheridan as Starkiller.
Oh, so when they're in the same house, that's when they start becoming close talkers.
Yes.
Well,
they love Seinfeld. Yes.
Yeah, and also that's more of a sequence in there during their scene where it was more of a veiled threat. So you got to get in real close.
That and later you get to find out that Lennier is actually tough. So.
Oh yeah, he's formerly.
Here we go.
I got copyright by a phone. Keith can't turn off his phone. Let's all listen to the sound.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was like 6 seconds. Blah blah blah.
Oh come on! I had good lyrics for it. Ashan's smartassness is so smackable. It's not just smartassness; it's arrogance. He thinks he's doing it correctly, but he's doing it with a young mind with bias. He's doing it for hate. He's not doing it.
I want to say he's a smartass. He's really, really narcissistic. Well, not narcissistic. He's just really. What's the right word?
Self-absorbed?
Yeah, he's really self-absorbed, but it's sloppy. Like, he thinks he's smart, but he's not.
He is the Minbari version of the SJW. All attitude with no facts behind it.
Lennier agrees.
Kinda, yeah.
You're not a clever.
Smarmy, that's a good one. Smart-ass
Yes.
arrogance. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart. I wouldn't say smart ass because that still uses the word smart, and that shouldn't be anywhere near it.
Truth.
Now,
Truth.
I'm so sorry for throwing this off the rails. Who was next? Because I feel bad now, because I'll go back to my corner.
Kate.
Me? I've already kind of said, well, the whole thing, I thought that the lawyer was familiar, so that's cool that that's actually a return actor. I do love the store thing where they have people with people in masks. That was so clever. That's something that you could probably not get away with anymore because it's too subliminal and blah blah blah, whatever, or that kind of crap. And what other bits? That's mostly it. I've already said what I think, so sorry.
Now, I kind of had a question to add with this because the way the previous episode and this episode are related. Do you think because the fact that those guys that came in here looking for that supposed lost intelligence, that this seemed to fall in line of trying to get rid of Sheridan because they don't know whether or not he actually has the intel or not, and it kind of they use this as a way of getting him out of there and putting an Earth alliance that they have more control over in the same time? Do you think Earth Gov used this whole predicament?
I thought everything that all the Earth correspondents have been trying to do that to him the whole time. But maybe that's just me. Like, even the one who said he liked him. I thought, oh, you look like a jarhead on paper, but you're not one. That just, I think everyone is trying to shoo him out because he ended up being way more diplomatic than they thought he'd be.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Memes? You look like you're about to burst.
Nani?
Nani?
Oh, I apologize because apparently at some point when I was viewing the episodes, I didn't finish this one. I think I did skip intro, and I actually skipped ahead to the next episode, which is why I watched it. So I got extra credit, but I failed.
So you've never seen this episode?
I haven't finished it. I'm literally watching it now.
Oh.
He literally just spilled a drink on Talia. I apologize.
Okay. I've already said my word. Keith, are you available? Or are you still okay on the phone? Because we can just... T-shirt is wanting you to quote something from H.P. Lovecraft because you're from New England. That's the look of no.
Keith is checked out.
Yeah, Keith is currently dealing with something in the private chat.
And Memes is lost somewhere. You could see it in his face.
He's like trying to... He
happily going in circles.
He's watching it at 2.5 speed with the whole captions underneath. He's like, I'm just got to get all this in before he asks me another question. And Wogle says, don't worry, episode 16 is in the shadow of Sahadum will blow your mind first time seeing it. Yes, because that's actually next week. But we're not focusing on that just yet, but that's a good one. I can't wait for that one because we're starting to get... We're getting the laces out without the Finkel or the Einhorn. It's fucking awesome. But this episode was much better because it's just Earth's trying to do one thing, Minbari are trying to do another thing, and in between all of this, we have a comedic value going on, and that's the merchandising of the Babylon 5. Not just the staff, but the ambassadors and everything, and that's why I have that as the backdrop. Because honestly, when Londo Londo just loses, he's like, "There's no penis." Where's the penis on the doll? Well, this can cause a whole friction with the Centauri Republic because you don't have any anatomy correction on the dolls. What is this? And he feels that way because the women are all laughing while playing with the doll, and it's hilarious.
There's no level 6.
Right.
Are there? Do they have that data about everything? Do they have like the diplomatic genitalia 3D scans and stuff, or?
With the Centauri, you actually get to see one because they have 6.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're kind of like dogs. I apologize. No, I was thinking nipples. I'm thinking of echidnas. They have multi-headed keyboards.
There's Ivana right there going, what?
Oh.
That's exactly it. That's another part where Ivanova is when he's actually having a meeting with Sheridan and Ivanova, and Ivana has to cut herself short. She's like, oh, you mean you've been castrated? I mean... not put up to snuff, and she was about to say castrated. It's hilarious.
You feel cast in a bad light.
Oh my god! I gotta finish watching this episode. They're talking about.
You missed out, bro. So the best part of this episode is where the whole merchandising stuff, because it's especially the ending part. I don't want to spoil it for me, but that's my favorite because you see the cockpit window, and then you're looking at the targeting computer, and it's doing the same thing, and you're just laughing because it's the same shape.
I'm getting bored of the murder plot. That's a terrible thing to say. I really think diplomatic relations are horrific, but I want to learn about Londo's penis. That sounds very bad. See, my stepbrother also goes by the nickname Londo.
His penis isn't in this episode.
What?
No, it's not.
No.
Oh, I thought it was the lack of the penis.
Yeah, nothing better than having 90s penis from 6 penises on a screen from Babylon 5.
6 penises, 1 episode?
Just pay attention whenever you see him playing poker.
And he's scratching himself.
Oh.
You chose this one because of the shape of Ivanova's mouth. Yes, because it looks like she wants to eat a nugget. Yes, I'm not that perverted yet. Give it another hour.
I like chicken.
I bet you do.
An hour? Are you sure you're not already there?
Yeah, you promised
you get
Crisco.
They have 6 in season 1 when Lando Calrissian cheats at cards with Lennier playing poker. He points to the statue of Lee, the Centauri goddess of passion, with both male and female genitalia. Oh, look at that. You didn't have to force it. But no, T-shirt, no. I gotta get rid of that picture though. So Memes, how far are you in there as you sneeze?
I am 10 minutes and 4 seconds in. I'm watching Delenn and Lennier right now. They're questioning the witness.
So, getting back into
No, just keep going. Oh my god, it's a bear.
Mm-hmm.
So this will come up later, but I'd give her my nuggets. Thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. That's awesome. I hope they're extra crispy.
Oh, very generous.
Yeah, both nuggets, not just one. The Centauri invented the tentacle anime. I doubt that. I really doubt that. I think the anime came up with that way before. 1 is man, but 6 is home base, according to Veer. Oh my god.
You hear Veer talk about it one time. 1 is like 2. When you get to 6, you're like, wow, and it was a little embarrassing.
It's funny.
It is.
I don't know what to say for that right now, except
No.
It is too funny.
Oh my god, poor Veer. Shh, that's later. Oh my god. Poor Veer is technically still a Centauri virgin because you have to have all 6 at once. Is that it? And Arwen, you've been paying too much attention. It's genitals. Everyone pays attention to genitals. You can't tell me you hear something about genitals. Everyone's head does like rubberneck. It's
Clean genitals or happy genitals.
This was brought to you by memes. The more you know. All right, favorite part of this show while Keith is still on the phone, because I feel like we're missing out with him dealing with some stuff in real life. That's okay, cool. Does anyone have a favorite part of this show? Because memes, you're eventually going to get spoiled anyways. Anyone at all? I talk too much.
You don't.
Wow, the
like
hate on
Veer.
Delenn is real.
Yeah,
Continue.
I don't know how far along it is into the episode, but like alone in a crowd, it's like, hi, that's my life.
But that's the thing, though. Wait, she went under a transformation to not only grow hair like a human, but to be more like them, to learn from them. And that causes all of the Minbari to think that not only has she's given up her Centauri heritage, that she is no longer Centauri. Minbari, mouth and dyslexia, that she's no longer Minbari, and they treat her as such. They literally say just because, like, really for hair, well, we don't know what else changed, but they attack her because of it. And it's a very biased, hateful opinion, especially with those people or Minbari, because they hate being called human or man, whatever it is. You can hear them in their voice. They don't approve of what she's done, but she is literally as memes would put it, she's the mimetic tensor in between both Minbari and humankind, and you'll see how this plays out.
She's kind of like the coupling.
Yeah, but it all gets more complicated later too. So good luck, memes.
Oh, actually, with her hair and everything, when she calls out everything, it's like, can you come? Can you come alone? And it's like, what have you been doing? It's like, well, I've been showering with this random powder that strips off like the outer layers of skin. It's like, that's not what you do with hair. It's not what you do with hair at all.
You do realize she didn't have hair before that, right?
Well, yes, it's a new experience, and to be fair, I haven't looked at the Minbari dolls yet, so I'm not sure if there's anything. I don't know.
Memes. You got to take it back. Remember, she's still thinking she's fully Minbari, so she's never had hair before, so she does the same stuff. She does the same routines, right? She still sees her as Minbari. It's the other people that don't see her as Minbari. Even with the humankind, when we had Gropos, and she was getting like pushed around and stuff, and they like kind of harassed. It was the same thing. They didn't look like Minbari, and they thought they were mocking humans because she had hair. It all falls under the same pretense. She doesn't know where she fits in because technically she is in the middle. She is the bridge between two races. And that links on later on when we start hearing about how Minbari souls, warrior souls, or any souls were being found in other races. We've already covered this, right? Because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, they've already talked about it. They did that pretty early on.
Yeah, so technically what they were saying was that when a Minbari dies, the soul's energy was being found within the human race. And that's disgusted Minbari, but also for some, it was the reason to stop the war. And that's why the war stopped, because in a way they were killing the essence of Minbari that were reborn in humankind.
I apologize for my racism.
Yeah.
You're not racist at all.
You're not. It's the bad guys in the episode.
Wow. Yeah, that's why they called her boneheads. How you doing, Keith? What do you have to add to this?
Look, good conversation. This is the type of episode where we can have that well, pretty much on every episode, I think. But yes, and you got a still of the bear.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually am going to get the other still up in a little bit because there's something even better than that, and I need it to be literally on that part.
It's funny.
And I'm sorry, Memes, you're taking too long.
You missed out, dude.
You really missed out, and I'm gonna have to unshare this and put this on your. But Memes, you'll get why I have to share this part, because this was a perfect ending to this episode. And you can shake your fist all you want, but it was literally fantastic, and I don't think anyone will disagree with this. Sorry. So let's pop this up here. Now everyone knows this scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Now.
Continue.
You'll get there.
Now you see the bear. You see the bear. The bear. You see the bear meme? Keith, are you ready? Should I do this? Can I do this?
Bear. Yeah, go ahead.
Going to pause quickly and do a quick overlap with my voice so whoever owns this doesn't claim the shit out of me because they're petty.
Wait a second. Is he about to do what I think he's going to do?
Yep.
No.
Babylon control to Zeta 1. Any trace of that unidentified object?
Negative, Babylon.
Now, this is leading to something that falls into the next episodes because it's giving us a preview of how close the enemies are.
Oh, I don't see it.
Now, the bear on the targeting computer is the best part.
Yeah.
There's literally, I gotta go back. Like, look, just watch. Don't look at the screen with the bear hitting the cockpit. Look at the screen on the lower middle. Okay.
Any trace of that unidentified object?
Negative, Babylon control. I don't see it.
There's. This is literally the shit that made me laugh because watch the computer.
It's a gummy bear.
Now this face I'm gonna lead on perfectly because he's literally like, nope, nothing to see here. I was sent out for this shit. He has nice brown eyes though. But yeah, this is why this episode was so good, because the underlying joke with the franchise stuff. I didn't spoil why the bear ended up there because it means you'll still have fun getting the whole connection of the joke. Sorry, Keith, go ahead. I talked.
Well, the other reason is that the baseball jersey, which is again another reference to that other show, and because that was one of the episodes in Deep Space Nine. Where they ended up playing a baseball game against a Vulcan crew, and they created jerseys and everything, and that became a thing for quite a while. Where the DS9ers, they sold the baseball caps, and people even went out of their way to create replicas of the DS9 baseball jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
And then mysteriously, on Babylon 5.
Jabs. Lots of jabs.
Sticking
That's funny. I love the. Can you give me a baseball hat for my sister?
Oh, it's a Cubs reference.
It's not even just that. It's the whole the thing what I'll say with the DS9 baseball episode, I didn't like that episode.
That sounds ridiculous.
The way they portray it was a good episode when it came to acting and emotional value, but Cisco's competitive side, you can see how much of a fucking monster he can become. The way he would treat a ramen shit. And I was in there going, like, even this makes me come because I was like, I got forced to play softball when I was a kid. You got to learn team ethics. Okay, then why am I out in left field with no one to talk to and bugs eating my ankles? That's not team effort. What is this shit? Sorry, I have a phone call. It's probably that teddy bear pissed off. Go ahead, guys.
We're trying to listen in on your phone.
It's a bear calling. Wants to come back from space.
Rescue me.
You guys can take over.
Oh, okay. Anyway, look, I found. Let's just go ahead and rate this particular episode. So we're gonna start with Kate. How would you rate this episode?
8. I like this one. It's fun.
Cool. Any particular reason why you thought it was funny?
Well, it's funny. And I like the subplots and the general character development, and I think Lennier is interesting in general, and I don't know, to me, like, I'm torn between relating to Susan and Lennier most, because they're both really dry and they don't give a shit what people think, and they just do their jobs, and that's totally relatable to me. So
cool. Okay, Monkey, how about you?
I give it maybe like a 7.5. I mean, it was actually, because I kind of overwatched it a couple of times, because I would watch like the 2 episodes and then get distracted, and then I'd go over a couple episodes, so I had to start over and watch it again.
Cool.
But I like the story progression. It wasn't like the Gropos and with the Emperor before that.
Okay. Way cool. Adega?
Yes, sir.
What'd you think? How would you rate this particular episode?
To me, it's another 7. The humor added a lot, but I tentatively give it a 7 simply because there are 8, 9, and definitely 10 episodes up ahead. The comic relief was good from having a intense storyline, because it wasn't so much that it was a big thriller as much as it was one of those drama things that kind of sucks you into why aliens are doing what they're doing, and they're, you didn't want to be left. Whoever wrote it, I think it was Straczynski that did this one, but you didn't want to be left with just too much drama. The comedy was good, but like I said, there was a lot of growth, so I keep it at a 7.
Actually, this episode was actually written by Peter David.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. There is one thing I want to quickly add to that, and you were talking about that. Like, honestly, you have to watch this whole episode just to get the whole joke that's going throughout it, because Ivanova was used sparingly, but just enough that they were able to throw in the other ambassadors who were like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Yay, Steven, for saying a point that no one picked up on. Yay, awkward silence.
Maybe we were trying to figure out what you were eating.
Steven needs what am I eating? I was eating a bread and cracker because I'm a cracker. Okay?
There actually is another point, though, too, because you have the commercial aspect, but that gift shop, in one way or another, is going to come again. Mm-hmm. And Earth interference, one, setting it up, what happens later on down the line with the Ministry of Peace and the various different, or the Night Watch. There's a lot that goes on with the commercial aspect of Babylon 5, not just the political aspect.
Yeah.
You're forgetting the Drowsy that was wearing the human mask, and when he took it off, dude, that was fantastic. Because it was like, you thought it was a human for a moment. No! I think it was like Total Recall moment.
Right.
Oh, man. She's like, Miss, can I get some help here? She's like, I'm fuck this shit, I'm out. And all I heard was like, yeah, play in the background. He wrote a great TNG board book, he says, and Peter David is a stupendous writer, very talented, wrote a lot of great stuff in the 90s. The 90s is where everything is at this point. The 80s had the hair, 90s had sci-fi. And cartoons. And
wait, you like mullets? That's weird.
No. When was the last time you saw my avatar running around with a mullet?
That's the 80s.
Keith needs a mullet. No, I was thinking about large hair bands. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, well, that's
mullets were made fun of in the 80s, just like they are every decade. I lived through them. I was late teens in the 80s.
I'm not saying everyone had them, but they're a piece of the 80s.
It's a piece of redneck culture, not anything else.
Does anyone else think that Adega has a rat tail sealed somewhere in his desk?
Hey,
remembers the rat tail?
18-inch rat tail back in like the 5th grade. My cousin and I grew them. That was the longest my hair was until maybe this.
How many beads did it have on it?
Hey, I don't beads. Oh, I wasn't that fancy. I just kind of like when I started chewing on it, I probably I got it.
Oh, you chewed on your. I'm sorry. Do a lot of people chew on long hair? Am I missing this?
Hey, in my later years, I try to avoid doing that. You have no idea how difficult it is to eat a PB&J like without having like headphones or glasses or like some type of a hair thingy. Dude, it's tough to be a gal.
I don't have any comment,
It's not that hard. My hair's all the way down my back. It's not that difficult.
Really?
Yeah, it's really that
Well,
long.
you know, your hair's to the point now that it's so long that you've gone past that point where you.
I guess maybe. It's generally always been past that.
When it gets long enough, are you gonna like do videos where you can jump rope with it?
No, that
Oh,
sounds
damn.
gross.
Mr. Tickle Trunk says, "Never trust a man that wears sunglasses indoors, especially these two."
Wise words.
Like, what is that? It's like, I don't do Shakespeare in sign
good
language.
Point, Mr. Tickle Trunk. That seems to be a lot of guys around here, isn't it? Sunglasses at night kinds of guys.
Or during the day.
Witness protection program.
Hello, Nerdporial life form. I see you. How you doing there? Avalon says, late 80s, early 90s was the time of the hair bands. Much better than mullets. There was also the slap bracelets, too, if I remembers that.
That's the 90s.
They just said
80s and
90s.
90s.
Wow, she said late 80s and early 90s. Whatever.
But yeah. Going on, who was next?
Oh, you remember Bop It?
Oh my god. What?
Slap it.
Smack it.
Smack it.
Bop
Twist
it. The main cause of domestic violence.
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
I thought that was alcohol.
I thought it was Furbies. Shut that fucking thing up.
No, just the first gen you could teach to swear.
Oh
And my mom has friends that did.
I'll tell you a story. My cousin came over once, right? And we lived in the 21st. We still live in the 21st story, right? And they had a Furby.
And that was the story of his very first time.
With a Furby? What the fuck is wrong with you? I guess I'm gonna stop talking in Loki's chat because you're picking up the same shit I say. Now I get it. I fucking get it now.
You're awkward. You're compulsively making this weirdness.
Yeah, it's part of my charm.
It is, sure. But it's gonna come back at you, and people are gonna do it better.
That's okay. Do it better? Okay, that's fine. Crisco, I really need that money.
Brought to you by Master Grifter.
Come on, means you get no.
Don't leave home without it.
Master Grift. Don't steal content without it, or don't get accused for stealing content without it, or whatever other people say that have no understanding what the hell fucking grifting is. Thank you. Sorry. I got you, memes. I got you.
I'm gonna throw in priceless.
The more you steal instead of the more you know.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, memes, did you like this episode? Or how about Keith? Do you have anything to say?
I haven't finished this episode. What do you want me to do? I failed at this. I got a failing grade. I apologize, Keith. I'm literally still watching.
That's all right. That's A-okay. I can totally understand. Again, good episode. I am a Peter David fan. I like the way he writes. Overall, though, if I were to give this, assign a number to it, I'd say I'd give this particular episode a 7.5. Yeah.
That's fair. It was pretty much it was a string 7. That's pretty much what people are saying at this point. That is true. People don't use the word grifting that much. No. A lot of people don't understand what a dictionary definition means either.
For any word, really.
I agree with you with that, memes. For me, it was definitely a 7, maybe a 7.5, but that's only because like the little things like the bear sliding across the screen and the camera, that just won me over. I don't care. Londo getting pissed off about the bar. Whoever crafted that doll in props gets fucking 10, though. I don't fucking care.
Absolutely.
That was awesome.
But the question is, do they do it completely from scratch, or do they take an Amigo something and then turn it into Londo? Because people did that. So
that
would be something I would kill to have in my collection.
It's probably
Londo
out
doll.
there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Londo doll.
Are there anatomically correct ones?
I don't think you fit 6 peanut. Oh my God, there is. Oh wait, these are action figures. Oh wait, there was.
I could try.
Rule 34, my friend.
There was the action figures in the hard plastic, but then there was actually larger ones that looked like Amigos. I'm trying to get it up here right now for you, but that's really small. That's what she said. But if we're gonna go down here, like seriously, look, guys, this
They
is
have
fucking
a pill
awesome.
for that.
Yeah, it's called No.
Yeah, I remember when those came out.
With the plastic parts that can be moved around. What?
They have the circular packaging, so you know it's fancy.
Maybe it's product placement.
It's made for displaying. You're not supposed to open that.
It was done by. Who was it done by?
Was it by Playmates?
Was it Mattel?
It's probably not Mattel.
No, it
I
may be
want to
Mecca.
say. Hold
Galoob?
on. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
These are $10 for all three right now.
Wait, what?
On Shop Goodwill, and they were done by.
Get it.
No, the auction's over. My
Someone.
bad. I have no idea who did these. I'm trying to figure out right now. These were 12,000. These were 12,000 piece collector's items. Actually, they only made 12,000 of each one.
Wow.
And I think these were done by Exclusive Premier. I think that's the actual toy line. Because if I'm looking right now,
Yeah, but if it really is $10 at Goodwill, get it because they don't never know what they have because they're dumb. And it's Goodwill, and they don't care. Do it. Get it. Someone. You'll regret it. If you love it, you should get it.
I agree. They both had the best art. Jakar and Londo did have the best art. But also, you're forgetting one thing. Veer had the best art. He never had to lose character, but he finally got to wave it. I'm not going to spoil it. He finally gets to do some of the things he's been preaching about as we're going to be introduced to later on. And it's just... He's the whole series. He's a virgin, though, right? I can't remember this.
Yeah, apparently, probably thus far. Not the only one though.
And engaged to a mass murderer.
Yeah, a psychopath, a literal psychopath for like a minute.
This has got dark.
What is true? You'll see.
I mean, you say psycho like it's a bad thing.
No, like legitimate psychopath.
I mean, do they love each other?
No.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
They weren't Diamond Select, but these were almost 5. These were 6-inch action figures. They had 6-inch action figures. These are huge.
Yeah, this is straight from Warner Brothers itself.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the Babylon 5 Warner Brothers action figures.
And since we're going along this, yeah, there we go.
I think these were released in '97.
No, Exclusive Premiere, it says, so Stephen was right.
Oh.
Yeah, they were on the back. Exclusive Premier was actually I think a toy brand company back in the day because we're thinking the 90s, right? So most of these toy names we haven't heard before, or they've been acquired probably by Warner and then later on.
Or they went
to conglomerates, corporations in disguise.
Mitt Romney.
Who hasn't given a rating yet for this episode? Because honestly, I wish they did a whole thing about the shop. This would have been hilarious. Just have Sheridan sitting there in the office, and everyone just keeps coming and complaining about the dolls the whole time.
Go with tentative future 8.5.
Have you finished it finally?
No.
Oh my god!
It has bears, dolls, and penis jokes. It's not to love.
Well, the whole thing was right because Veer and Londo just finished up talking, right? And he was trying to give like this inspirational kind of thing, and then he's looking over, seeing a group of Centauri women all laughing and giggling, and then he finally sees what they're laughing at. He's like looking at the dog, going, "I've just been demasculated. Thank you, Babylon 5. I'm an ambassador. What the fuck?" Who's next on the rating? I feel like this is being all over the place today. It's awesome. I give it an 8 just because of the whole teddy bear shit. It's an 8. I literally love everything that pops up at the franchise store. I love all of it. And Mr. Buttcrack Media pops in with a super sticker. Oh my! And he just shit in my chat. Thank you so much for shitting in my chat. Awesome. What I see you there as well. And for Mr. Buttcrack, since I haven't seen you in so long, I hope you are doing well. I will definitely give you something a little creepy. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Buttcrack. We've been exploring the Outer Rim.
And the Inner Rim.
It's true.
Go ahead, Keith, while you shake your head.
I was just going to say, for those that really did enjoy this particular script, Peter David, on top of being also a comic book writer, was an author of several books, one of which is the Nightlife series of books. And that's Night as in, Knight. The premise of that particular story is fantastic. What if King Arthur came back and ran for mayor of a major American city and won?
Wait, Keith. Does that mean he also wrote the other one where the guy thought he was King Arthur because he was having the flashback?
I think so. I think he may have written that one.
So that's a good segue connection he's done across the board because I love that one because he actually took. Oh man, my mind just got blown a little bit more. Something I missed.
Yeah, that Nerdporial. That's also good. The New Frontier books. See, that's where CBS. That's what they should have done. That should have been the next direction that they should have gone with their own Star Trek program. They should have just adapted the New Frontier books. Those would have been excellent.
Does anyone else? I want to bring up one thing since we're talking about this. Did anyone else find it a little weird the way they were doing their fighting pose, Lennier and the other dude? And it looks like they're doing rock on kung fu.
No, but you don't realize. Okay, so since most of y'all in the chat, and I'm pretty sure none of these guys do yoga, technically what Lennier does when he's just standing there and like bows and walks away is a mudra, and it's a sacral one. So that or this way, I forget whichever one he does, because he just stands there like that. It's a yoga thing. I promise. If you do more yoga,
he's like a shinobi. He's like weaving chakra signs.
No, yes, exactly. That's what it is. And there's a lot of other things, and there's a lot of things with martial arts that are similar. So no, it wasn't weird. It was predictable.
Was it really that?
It was in character to me, but I know things you don't apparently. Go do yoga. You'll feel more Minbari.
Yoga? What the fuck? I'm not doing that as an emoji. I'm not
yoga. You'll feel more Minbari. Yes, I'm sure Warner Brothers would go with that one.
Minbari, yoga bari or some shit like that.
Oh my god.
Cade and Steven do yoga. Oh dear.
Why does that sound like a really awkward intro right now? There, we throw that bear back up there.
I think I'm concerned.
The fighting pose was very Minbari. It made sense because their actions are very technical. I agree with that. How about you, Monkey? I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad, brother.
I was gonna say, like, luckily it wasn't Dragon Ball. It was it'd be like the whole entire season of them.
Yes, it's true.
You'd have to scream for 2 episodes before anything happened.
It was. Do you notice that a lot of their poses when they're powering up looks like they're trying not to take a shit? They're like,
Yeah, that's the joke.
I'm like,
that's what my wife said.
Every time I take a shit, I've yet to be enclosed by a bright yellow light. Okay,
when your power level is that high, it adds a lot of pressure into the system, and you want to make sure the rim is secure.
You have to record yourself taking shits from now on.
I'm not recording anyone taking a shit. What is wrong with you?
No, I thought that happened at Blizzard. Consent matters.
For yourself to view later.
Why are you wondering why I'm taking a shit?
I'm not saying. I'm saying so you can see yourself power up.
You've never taken a crap on a screen before?
How is shitting powering up? Where the fuck are we going with this?
You brought it up. It's an experiment. You said that you never power up or taking a shit. And I said, you don't know. You have to record it to make sure.
Even Stream Elements is like, what the fuck is going on? Because I even asked 8-Ball, what the fuck is happening? You know what the fucking Stream Elements says? For sure. It doesn't even fucking know anymore.
So what you're saying is 9,000 is a particular sound?
900,000 squeezes doesn't make it poop.
No, over 9,000.
Oh, God. Mr. Tickle Trunk has just pooped in my chat again. Oh, my God. And with that, thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, and I will definitely give you this.
I agree with Awesome One. I want pizza now. I has pizza.
There's no pizza commands. Oh, my God. 8-Ball and Spotify are the only ones that work right now. And here we go. Colin Piece with good point. They're very dense bones, so that may play a part in their style. They're boneheads, as they call them. Then we have another one. I remember Veer had help from a techno mage with a woman in his career. He makes Veer a ladies' man or a lure to manipulate women easily. I think that was the word. All right, there's no pizza command, guy. Oh my God, you guys! I love all you guys right now.
Maybe you need one.
I just need pizza now, stuffed crusted.
Yeah.
Maybe you call Ords. Maybe he'll get you some pizza.
Hey, Ords, can you get me some pizza? We're all getting shat on.
Get you that Chicago style, as well as some of my male friends.
I feel sorry for the bear.
Keith's up there wondering, why am I here on this show again? This has nothing to do with B5.
All I'm hearing is this. My dearest parents, it has been but a fortnight since I have been made uncomfortable on a FAT-STEVEN live stream. Please send help. And
don't worry. It can get much worse.
Sick.
We can always go to the best part of waking up.
It's me muting your mic. Let me unmute you, you son of a bitch.
You can't if I mute you first.
Oh, you fucking...
Okay.
God.
Any
Adventures in
conclusions?
streaming right now. It's like baby saying Stream Elements is a dick. It is a dick.
Yeah, but I did that for a reason, to cover my tracks.
I'm going to eat some sad chicken and spinach. I'd rather have pizza. Get the chicken and spinach salad while Keith is trying to recollect his
Put it on a pizza. It's
there
delicious.
you go. There you go. On the pizza.
So,
These are the Babylons of our 5. Fuck.
any thing y'all would like to share? So
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Da, da, da. I don't know anymore.
Oh my God.
If
He's completely broken now. I'm sorry. I did nothing wrong. I promise. I tried to be completely innocent in this debauchery. Is there anything you'd like to prepare people for next week?
Anything for Keith, but I won't do that. Oh no! You're on the big screen, brother. Hope you like it.
Dreaming of cupcakes.
Hi.
He's the.
Hi.
Is that the right one or the left one?
Just flip them off. I know that's what you want.
I'm not gonna flip me off. No, that's not gonna happen here no more.
Whoa, your fingers are really long.
Yeah, ladies.
An odd observation. Oh my God.
I am so ambidextrous. I call each one.
No. My fingers aren't that long.
Oh, where are we going? Okay, we're just going full Vorlon on this
boy.
shit. All right, and with that, while we recollect, let me quickly just give you.
Because that's gonna help. Yeah, okay.
It's gonna make it a lot more awkward.
You're a crazy person.
I know. It's part of my charm. I love it. Keith, how are you doing down there?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Wow. Wow.
And just to think, we might actually have somebody in the show that comes on at some point.
It's never boring. It's
No.
never boring.
For fuck's sake.
Could you imagine the kinds of obscure conversations new things would concoct? That's the selling point right there. Is are people ready for that kind of environment?
And with that, Pod Racing Palpatine took time out of his day and drawing to shit in my chat. And for that, sir, I will give you something a little bit more special. I hope that makes you feel good.
Dude, I was totally listening to the Power Rangers theme all day at work.
Oh my god.
Okay. The good Power Rangers, like that one, or different Power Rangers?
Like the OG, like first 2 seasons.
Okay.
Tickle Trump says,
Dragon.
"Wow, your fingers are long."
Oh,
Wow, your fingers are long.
That was actually a quote.
I know. I just wanted to make it awkward. Is that a puppy? Holy shit! Is that a puppy? Oh my god!
But
What's its
everyone else
name?
love how Kate just became 2 years old.
Oh,
every time.
this one's 5 months old, and she looks like a Muppet. Weird looking ears. And she's attacking me because she wants to play.
Yeah.
Nothing like puppies.
I had a question. Why was there like a hand on your desk, like a severed hand on your desk?
Oh, that's
why is it doing the shocker? That's the main question.
Really?
It's not. You guys were just talking about. Well, Kate was talking about the form, and it's something I use with martial arts. It's my hand form for quick grip and grappling and stuff. So I put it there. But ours was either this, or if you had a weapon or needed to do one hand, it was that. You never bowed or anything.
Like, if I remember correctly, in most Bruce Lee movies, he goes like this a lot.
It all depends on what you're comfortable with.
Yep.
Mine was, the 2 fingers up.
Yeah, that's like the standard Goku.
Before it gets awkward again, I just want to thank like the new members, the mods, the chat, every one of you guys that whatever you identify as, long finger or not. You guys are actually the ones that help. That's just want to fuck with Keith. That's the whole point here with this sentence. I want to thank you guys quickly because you guys not only have helped this channel grow, but you keep it more fun. And I love seeing you guys in the chat. And Babylon 5, this is like we get to talk about sci-fi, joke around, make it awkward, but we're all having a good time. And I'm glad you guys are all here with us. I really do. That's including the panel. We wouldn't have anything without you guys. Anyone right here right now. It's fantastic. You do not identify as Fat Steven. That's not fucking happening on my show. No, you don't get to do that. Awesome. No, that's my stick. No. And send help. Keith may or not be in trouble. He hasn't blinked SOS yet.
I may have.
I thought the safe word was pineapple.
Blueberry pancakes.
Better than blueberry waffles.
I like French toast.
What's wrong with French toast?
Everything is better. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the best.
Is French toast from France?
No. It's Belgian.
Yeah, and French fries are from France too.
And they're also Belgian.
I thought they were freedom fries.
They're not free. How are they free when they're literally put in a case and thrown in a bag when they serve you?
It was America joke.
Bye, Arwen. Bye.
You have a great day, Arwen. I can't wait to see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for being a member too. You pushed it to 30, and that's why the chair emoji is now live. Thank you so much. Next time I'll wear lipstick. Let me try again. Gotta head out, y'all. Have a good evening. Goodbye, Arwen. Y'all come back now. You hear?
Have a good one.
Oh God.
Yeah,
don't shake your head.
You can't quite. You talk too much through your nose with that southern accent.
With my southern accent, I talk too much through my nose.
I bet she drives a truck.
Oh fuck, Mexican Iron Man, dude. Are you seriously? Mexican Iron Man, dude. One day we're gonna have to get you in a Babylon 5 show and see how long you last. I need to make South Carolina cheese grits and fried pork. I hear a Mexican show up here and get some self-esteem and some fucking free crispy Sounds
like a party, dude. Let's go.
Mexican Iron. Actually, hold on, Mexican. If you're not busy, I think we got to do this. I think I got to do this. Where is he? I think Mike. If you're not on Midnight's Edge, hold on. We're gonna bring in and see if he's ever seen this. I got to do this because this man has helped me out a lot. He has helped me with part of why I'm here. He's also doxed my alternate accounts that was going on for a year and nobody knew who they were. Not on purpose. It was an accident.
Oh.
I'll explain later. But there you go. I sent you a private DM, Mike, if you want to pop on. And secondly, I will give you something. What should I give him? I know. Thank you, Mike. Always glad to see you here. I'm walking the dog and love you to death, Steven. Thank you, Mike. You're always welcome here. If you watch Babylon 5, we can eventually invite you on one day for a special show. By special, we'll just put a short bus overlay over top of it.
What's going on with Patricia Tallman?
I'm waiting for a reply. She said sounds like fun. I emailed her yesterday, so I'm waiting on the reply as well as the tweet she replied on, so she knows what I'm talking about. It's like some crazy person going, "Why is this fat Steven messaging me?"
What you haven't like inboxed her like 37 times as asking, "Have you said blah 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 blah?" Because obviously that's
I'm not
how
you with HBO. I'm not you with HBO. We need more movies. More movies from memes.
Oh, I thought that was one tweet that might get us movies.
I don't know. I was just making it. There you go. Keith, how are your knees looking?
Are you assuming he's not wearing pants?
He's never wearing pants. Today.
Well, how else would he see what his knees look like if they were covered?
Well, maybe he likes golf and golf shorts kind of are shorts. I don't know.
Well,
I don't judge.
It's a good golfing hat. Protects from the sun.
I think he wears Spanx. I think that's
Keith,
what
it happened about 7 years after we were born. There was some solar radiation that hit the planet, and every generation afterwards has had mental defects.
My twin brother happened to check out a previous episode of this show, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't think I'll be coming on that show." It's like, okay, yeah, leave me to this then.
Well, he won't come on. Why? Because he's terrified.
This is a little bit too weird even for him. He said
we can act sober. I promise.
I'm completely sober.
We were really sober.
You were?
I am sober. But for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, quickly, let me just mute my things quickly and I'll share this. I did reach out to Patricia. That is Lita, for those that don't know.
Lita Alexander.
Yes. And I offered her, I didn't expect her to reply. And this was on, this is really big. Hold on. Let me just make this bigger. Yeah, Kate, stay right there. Yeah. So as you can see on the tweet right here, I also tagged her in the YouTube channel right here. I was like, "Hey, Patricia Tallman." And she replied on the 6th. Sounds like fun. Cool. So I'm hoping that she replies to the DMs, and she has a cooking show. You can find her on YouTube, her link tree, and yeah. So I'm hoping like that, and then I'm going to reach out to Ivanova and everything like that as well.
Mm-hmm. Sandra, looks like they do the cooking show together.
Mm-hmm.
They've
so
done
maybe you should start Maybe you should start writing
for a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I've met Claudia. Claudia is all kinds of fun.
Sandra, that's what I missed.
Claudia is all kinds of fun. Nice lady. I'd love to get her on this show.
Well, all of them are welcome to come on and just talk, because I know they're all friends, and I love to have all of them on. So if they're ever watching in the future or listening in the back, there are a lot of new viewers here, like I've said, first-time B5 fans, old-time B5 fans, and everyone would just love to hear what it was like on the set, because you don't hear a lot of sets that had a lot of actresses that were not only friends on stage, but off the stage.
Mm-hmm. Bill Mumy. Bill Mumy would be fun to talk to, because there's just so much to ask him about. So,
yeah. Bruce especially, man.
Bruce would be awesome to get. He's probably one of the only other members of the show that I have yet to meet. I've almost met him a couple times, but it didn't work out. But I would definitely like to. I'd like to talk to Bruce for a while.
Are you gonna stay on Babylon 5 or go to like weird things like Tron and stuff?
I'd ask him about some of the books. He promoted a comic book and also a book that he helped to co-write called Frontier Earth. And I was thinking that he was going to try to get that made into a movie. So I'd like to ask him to see if he would actually still be willing to pursue that, and maybe it's something for Netflix or something. So, but you can find that book. Just Google Frontier Earth. I think that's the name of the book. And then the comic book he was promoting was Electric City.
No.
So,
The pay was low. Sorry about that. Taco Trunk says the pay was low. The work was in a converted hot tub warehouse. Yep, and everyone on the cast ate lunch at the same tables.
Mm-hmm.
Still is like a brew for friendship. DS9 was the same way, wasn't it?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, compared to a lot of the other Star Trek shows, DS9 was treated like the redheaded stepchild out of all of the Star Trek shows. And
sorry, Kid, I forgot. There you go.
I'm sorry, but they did treat them very badly. They treated
Gingers are
them
people
very
too.
badly. And they talk about that in the documentary, What You Leave Behind. Out of all of the Star Trek documentaries, that was the one that I was really looking forward to watching, because there are some things that are revealed about behind the scenes, especially dealing with Rick Berman.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why so many of the Next Generation actors are more than eager to be on Kurtzman Trek because of how they were treated, or I should say how the ladies were treated by Rick Berman.
So didn't Berman treat what's her name that played
yeah, she's not the only one. He did it to all the ladies, all of them. He tried to gyp them out of getting bonuses or pay increases. And I'm still waiting to hear the explanation on that one, because I don't think he's ever really talked about that.
She tried to call him out on Twitter once when he was like trying to say that that he cared about her character and her.
Yeah, you don't do that to somebody that you care about. You know, high pressure tactics, especially against an actress who now is she married up, a little bit.
I have no idea about the situation. Sorry to cut you off, Keith, but did this individual's compensation happen to have an incentive for less people to get bonuses?
It wasn't that. He just, for whatever reason, felt that a lot of the ladies weren't. He had an idea of just rewarding certain actors for the parts they played, and not really just rewarding people based on the success of the show and how long they've kept it going. And he made
Wait, Keith. So what you're saying is that he in his mind, he thought he should pay people based off the importance of the role rather than based off the actor or actress themselves.
Yeah, but he seemed to have a really, according to many of the actresses, he seemed to have a major problem with them being female, because it seemed like a lot of his problems came from that area. I can't speak to it because I was not there, but I think almost to a person, for all of the ladies that did any Star Trek while Rick Berman was in charge of it, they all had problems with it.
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things I think that was hinted at on the message boards that J. Michael Straczynski and his people were talking about. The old Babylon 5 message boards, there's a lot of stuff buried in that stuff. I mean, again, JMS was probably the first person, and in my opinion, still the only person to have kept going with the message boards and the ability to be able to get directly to him as a fan, and he'd answer any question.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is back while this show was on the air.
Yeah.
If you could get a hold of him, he'd answer a question or two.
I think he used it as a beneficial thing. He was able to answer questions, but at the same time, those questions were able to help him figure out the lore and make sure the episodes kept the
Mhm.
layered format at the same time, so there wasn't any loopholes. Because honestly, as fans or people watching the show who are very hooked on it, you would see things that maybe the actual creator would not see, and they would fill those holes. I think that's why they're so hard to find plot holes within a lot of the seasons in this show.
So better to keep you honest in your audience.
That's the proper way to do it. But if you look at it now,
Right.
it's so hard to be an audience without being told you're one of the checklist names that they're trying to take the meaning out of. JM doesn't do that.
Not so much audience anymore. We're congregations to them.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Sorry, what was that, Monkey?
Like we're scapegoats, so they don't get fired for the moment. Like they just blame it on the fans. So then, like the bosses go, "Oh, okay, we'll see how it is." And then
Unfortunately, that probably does play into it as well. But I think what ends up happening is you'll have always a few folks that kind of will always just spout hot garbage fire. People will start talking about those people. Sometimes they won't use the correct words. So other folks are like, well, they're talking about all of us, so it's assumed it's all. And then you just get into a nonstop. It just pointing fingers this way and that way.
I'm so sick of tired fingers. Like that's
It's very commercial and cookie cutter, and when things dissolve to that point, they lose a lot of value.
First of all,
People
let me correct something that I put out there. It's not called Electric City. It's called Lantern City. And Bruce Boxleitner was a part of that. You can Google Lantern City, Bruce Boxleitner comic book, and find it. It's gorgeous artwork. The thing about Babylon 5 is that, in my opinion, Babylon 5 is directly responsible for what ended up happening in the late 90s and into the early 2000s of having support from studios and production companies and networks of their successful fan type shows. The first show that ever got official support was the X-Files.
Yeah.
Fox created an official website and a place for fans to ask questions of the crew, mainly the writers, and a place for all of the fans of the X-Files to congregate to, get together and talk. No video talking, but kind of what we're doing right now. A lot of different fans would get together and just talk about things, compare notes. But they were doing that Babylon 5 a few years before that happened. And
no, I agree. I can understand that. Sorry, Mr. Tucker says there's a lot of misinformation. Usually it's one S and one word about the goings on behind the scenes of Babylon 5. Is that true?
There are a few things, and I think a lot of that was put out there either based on different experiences or certain people that were upset. In the case of one particular person who ended up leaving the series. But overall, all of that information, though, the reality of what it was like has come out, because the cast is very good. When they had their big anniversary celebration, they got as many of the cast members together on stage, and I think this was at a convention in Texas, including with JMS, and they had a hell of a time just having fun, laughing, answering fan questions. They had everybody on that stage.
Let's not add that. I want to quickly add with that, because Collins P. Smith makes a thing, and as a Brit, I'm proud to say that JMS cites Doctor Who is one of his major influences. Have you seen his tweets recently, though?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, "I would love could you imagine a JMS Doctor Who season? Just let him have free reign. I know he's not British, so he wouldn't happen because he's American.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he would.
I tried to shame them.
Well, that won't help, fortunately. I find it interesting. Years ago, I asked an acquaintance who's big into Doctor Who if the Neil Gaiman stuff would take off. He was skeptical, and then it took off, and now it's a dead franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why people like Neil Gaiman. I don't get it personally. I don't care that people do, but just don't see what they see. So, and no one asked that question, it seems. Like, why did this all happen? He's why it happened. He planted that seed. Brunch.
Ladies.
Wait, spend time and figure stuff out? I mean, aren't we just supposed to listen to other people that say things that we like and then just kind of assume that those are our points as well?
No, I'm not a yes man. Fuck that. We can always have shit that we agree with, but I will never be a yes man, especially not everyone is always going to be right. Not every opinion is going to be right. That's the whole point of being individual and having individuality, the freedom of choice, the freedom of thought. No one should ever develop the mindset just going along with whatever. The lemming mentality, the herd mentality is boring.
To be fair, you have earned a lot of crap this evening.
Yeah, but you guys have fun doing it. That's the one thing I love about people coming here afterwards. And like, that's the thing. They're still sticking around. We had 19, 20 people. Doesn't matter the amount. But people have come here. They've had fun. They get to joke around. They get to participate. That is the one thing that I've loved with this Babylon 5 thing. I didn't think it was going to take off, but it's going great because we're having fun. And I think a lot of people like that for one reason. The ability to have fun, to not worry about your YouTube feed or your Twitter feed, your Facebook feed, whatever you use, to be filled with nothing with the same type of repetitive meme and repetitive hate or repetitive disgust, rather than just blocking it out for an hour, opening up a beer, having some chicken wings, and just chilling with your friends.
The terrible thing is basically so much of what you see, especially on the internet now, it's sad, especially on social media, that so much of this stuff, it's like, oh, this person said this. Well, that's not surprising. This person said this. That doesn't surprise me. It just almost seems so scripted. It almost seems even more scripted than Kate feels many of these Babylon 5 episodes are. In that kind of like the stereotypical 90s way, I'm like, at least in Babylon 5, it's entertaining. You're touching on science, and you're actually like going just in next week's episode. I apologize. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just the resemblance to things that I missed this episode, but just how close it seems to actual reality and politicking and everything. I'm sitting back, I'm like,
and it just keeps like snowballing and snowballing. It's like, well, we're there already. Why can't
I'm like, they nailed this a quarter century ago. I'm like, why don't we just? It's a good thing we're going back and looking at this, just because I look at this, I'm like, I'm seeing the exact same things.
That's another thing what I want to bring up. And no, memes, you're right, dude. That's why I liked you on here. I'm glad you even took a chance. Same with Kate. Kate's not one for sci-fi, right? You're really not. But you took a chance in the show. Keith sold it on you. Keith is a major part of this. Memes, you're a major part for being late. But you're giving joy because of your personality and because you're seeing episodes and you're having fun with them. Same with Adega. Adega is a longtime fan. He's kind of up there with Keith. Monkey's actually worked on a couple of the sets in that warehouse. There's a lot of different factors when it comes to just sharing a show, and that's where it comes down to with Hollywood. Hollywood does not know how to understand the family aspect. The family, the friendship connection, because it's all yes men. They don't understand what it's like to lose a friend over a debate over a show, or lose a friend because of circumstance. But you have all the memories behind of what you made you friends, whether it be Star Wars, a puzzle, a D&D game, and every personality here is different but fantastic in their own way. I will never take anyone for granted because of that, and I will share that link in 1 second. But that's another thing I want to quickly bring up, Keith. Before I do that, there's one thing, and that's why we are doing these types of formats. I want more people coming. Like, eventually I want the chat to get involved. We had Arwen on before. Eventually we're going to get Zach. Zach's had stuff that came out. I want people to not only share their feelings with the show, if they're first timers or old timers. It's because I think everyone deserves to say why they love something. Because if they hear not just the same panel, but different people talking, it means more people are out there with the same type of view, but it doesn't make you a herd. I sound like a preacher. I belong in a fucking Today Special or some shit. But I'll be honest, and I've said this before to people. I never expected to get monetized on YouTube. My main goal wasn't to get monetized until I got laid off. I came to YouTube not only one thing, to meet new people, to have conversations, and to talk. I love talking to people. A lot of us do. It's not just about sharing information. It's about getting to know different people, and we can do it from across the world. That is fantastic. I heard this on another show this morning. I think it was on Loki's. That type of art form is brilliant. Babylon 5 in the same way is brilliant, because if you look at it from the races as a different type of person you see from a different country, it's the same thing.
It is. You know what I think is really fascinating, and it dawned on me that all the other alien planets only have their homogeneous cultures, and then ours is like this conglomerate. And yeah,
go ahead.
That's I think.
I don't know if he's fucking with me or not. Newsflash: they announced a remake of Babylon 5. It'll be written by. Fuck that shit. I'm not reading. No, no. That's horrifying because JMS has the rights to that show, right?
Yeah, it's his baby.
Nobody would ever troll on the internet.
I want to throw out for the people that come here for Babylon 5s every Monday. This is our Wednesdays, and it's called We've Got This Buttered. We handle the same type of thing, but we do a different type of random topic. So give that a shot too. I worked a lot long on this. I hope you like that, Keith, because I know you want to talk about DC fandom. So I try to put the best Catwoman I could on there. But it's the same thing. I want you all, if you guys like in the chat, ever want to have a chance to come on and talk and be like share about Babylon 5, just hit me up on Twitter, tag me on the community tab. I'll most likely say yes, as long as you're respectful. I know you're completely fucking with me. That's why I love you, Carrot Man. And Pod Racing Palpatine, who just shit in my chat again just because I made it too emotionally awkward with positivity. Thank you so much. You will get this one.
A FAT-STEVENSEAGAL with 2 Canadian. Drinker was so mean and mocked my fatness and movies. Shut up, you fat fuck.
That's not very nice. And you want to know why Colin's mimetic was effective? Was he actually entwined it? So it's like, wait a second, this is the actual individual that has the rights. So there's some semblance of truth here. So it could be plausible.
I don't think anyone would I don't think JMS would ever let JJ Lensflare Abrams touch fucking Babylon 5. That's like giving JJ Abrams the TOS to rewrite. Oh, never mind. Too soon.
Well, I mean, he'd probably consider it if JJ could answer one simple question.
What's in the box?
No, because JMS actually knows what's actually in the box.
Yeah, creativity.
I thought it was what a Vorlon wanted.
Actually, he'd ask him something like, what season was the episode for classic Star Trek called This Side Paradise was a part of? Which season? And that's what he'd probably ask him. And JJ would just go, and
I think
he'd be
there's
done.
more difficult questions you could ask him than that, personally.
JJ would not even know.
I know,
JJ,
but yeah.
He would. But it's also his. It would also be JMS's way of jabbing at him. A little bit because of what he did to Star Trek. Because JMS has said one of the reasons why he created Babylon 5 is that he was a big and still is a big fan of Star Trek, especially classic Star Trek. Really,
yeah.
I mean, nothing against anything else, but he is the biggest fan of the original Star Trek series. And again, he would be the perfect person in my mind to actually have as the showrunner and creator of a brand new Star Trek series.
Before you get into that, Brett Cohen with a $1.99 super sticker of a box. I can't see what it's saying, but yes, what's in the box? Thank you, Brett. It's nice to see you here as well. Oh, it's unboxing. Yeah. When that Optimus Prime arrives, I'll do that live on the show. But I also have a Spider Gwen coming as well because it was on sale. So I'm very excited. And for you, Brett, I like toys. I don't care. Not those types of toys.
You have a plastic addiction. It's adorable.
That sounds horrible right now. But for you, Meme, as well
what
as
Optimus Prime?
Yeah, it's a 7-inch fully die cast. Hold on, Brett. This is for you.
You couldn't lead a monkey to a banana raffle. A leader needs funny catchphrases like "take it."
I cut it off just perfectly. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. And someone else said something quickly. Where was it? For a teacher historian says, I respect his opinion. For enough zeros on the check, I imagine even Jim. I don't think so. If he's watching the way George Lucas and other things have gone with properties being taken over, look at TNT for fuck's sakes. When TNT got involved with Babylon 5 or Crusade, right? Crusade went fucking downhill. It had a lot of promise. It could have been the first Stargate universe before Universe. It would have been the Star Trek of Babylon 5. So unless there was someone out there that actually gave a fuck, I don't. Some people actually don't care about the zeros. I respect that, but I don't think JMS falls into that category. I don't. I could be wrong. But
well, in the case of Crusade, you're absolutely right, because they did want to change it. They wanted to put in sex and violence and drugs, and he said, "Not on my show." And they said, "Well, you do it or you don't have a show." And he said, "Good," and he walked.
Thank you for the cucumber. Yeah.
But they do.
Yeah, but look how
have
that
all those
ended.
things. It's just done tactfully, and that's the problem. Is that people don't have tact. Like Hollywood is exempt from tact because it's contrary to their entire existence.
Does WB own it? I believe HBO owns Babylon 5, right?
No, it's Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers. Okay, it is Warner Brothers. Yeah, and look how Warner Brothers is going. Even then, they would be like, If anything, HBO would need to have creative control, but still listen. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Fred. $2 super chat from Fred Sacco says, "My plastic addiction," starring Fat Steven. Oh God.
I thought it was diecast.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just observing, and I'm very good at it.
I agree. And Fred, honestly, I'm going to give you the hesh.
Has made some bad choices.
I love that one so much. WB owns HBO, right? I thought is that true? Or I thought HBO owns WB, or is this down the middle?
No.
Soon to be it's Discovery. Soon to be Discovery.
Conglomerates, corporations in disguise.
Yeah.
But there is still people out there with integrity, and I don't think that a lot of it doesn't matter as many zeros unless something they actually needed it. I don't think a lot. It depends on the creative integrity of the person. And HBO right now is very finicky on what they will let be made and what they can realize will not make them money. Look at they even turned down JJ for The Outlook, the prequel to The Shining, right? The Shinning, whatever the fucking he would make it.
Overlook.
But, Overlook, whatever. I don't care. It's JJ attached. It is not Archer. And for those that don't know what that was, that is from C-Lab 2021. It is one of those fantastic Adult Swim series up there with Venture Brothers and Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Harvey Birdman and Space
It's like OG
Space Coast to Coast. Yeah,
it's OG Adult Swim when it was.
They're supposed to do movies for those, the Venture Brothers.
Yeah. Well,
and Metalocalypse.
Yeah, we'll definitely see about those.
Yeah. But if bizarre,
so at least they're doing something. We're not going to
hold on before Kate loses a gasket. I got you, Tickletron.
Hey, who's
I got you. That was the first episode I was ever introduced when it came to C-Lab 2020. I would love to do a panel about C-Lab 2021. It's fucking fantastic. But yeah, C-Lab 2021 is one of those shows that they couldn't make today, but it's those 15-minute shows that was it's like World of Gumball before World of Gumball, but worse. But
it's because it's the thing that makes it so unique is that it's the actual C-Lab 2020 cartoon. And then redubbed with the original creator's input
Eric
to
Estrada.
2021. Yeah,
fucking Eric Estrada is in that too.
I know, and that's what makes it so good is that they actually have the original creator, and it's only like 20 episodes in the entire thing, and that's why it's so nichey. And like and it's to me, it's particularly funny that Steven's the only other person who enjoys these 2021 jokes in 2021.
So
no one
good.
else gets me.
Wait. The main question is, Keith, have you ever watched C-Lab 2021?
Oh yeah.
So, do you think we have another probable show in the future that we can do after we're done Babylon?
I'm not as familiar with every episode.
Oh, I got every episode for you, brother. I got you covered, bro. Because they even did offshoot episodes, right? And alternate endings in certain episodes. And it just, like, come on, Adrian Barbobot, for fuck's sakes. How could you not laugh at that with big boobs?
Oh, it's like Team 4-Star.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, they do the Dragon Ball Z satirical things. But see,
Yeah.
all I know is in about 2 years or whenever, hopefully, I'm hoping that Keith will be an EP on like the Babylon 5 movie or something like that.
Yeah, I wish they would have. Oh,
well, you've met these people. You're a fan. You actually like give your honest opinion without actually having to had all this shabam and this and that. and you're entertaining. Plus, the long fingers don't hurt.
Wait, now, mic drop. Keith, you were in one of the episodes for Babylon 5, weren't you?
Oh no. When Babylon 5 was
That's
on the
not
air,
what you wrote when we were cuddling. Sorry.
Some people say things just to impress you.
I know. They all wanted in my Crisco.
Wait, people would lie?
Oh, come on. I've gone 20 minutes without making it awkward. Okay? Stop rubbing your migraine.
That's a record.
I love when there's a movie being shot and they ask Dr. Quintet, dressed as Jaffa from Stargate, can you act more black? I like when they got Kid in play in that shit and he killed Kid.
So to try to make it a little less awkward, about 12 seconds ago when Kate was giggling, did anyone else in their mind go, giggly puff, giggly?
I don't know if I can do that, but I could probably make that meme.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, yes, I will. I just won't show it live.
The more you say no, the more it's going to push him to do it.
Yeah, that's not how the internet works, Kate.
Oh, come on. We got an episode in C-Lab where literally Eric Estrada, who plays Marco, has sex with a shark, and we get Sharko, who's literally half human, half shark, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, go on.
Dude, you know we need to do a satirical
which
show.
is the fish?
And the best
the
part,
body.
it would be...
Continue.
Go ahead, Kate.
There's so few episodes, it would go quickly. So there's some solace in that if you're unsure.
That is what she said.
That sounds so wrong when you put it like that.
I don't know what Dragon Ball Z is.
What? Seriously?
I have never heard of Dragon Ball Z. I'm terrified.
Oh. Okay.
You can watch.
I don't
You can
wanna
watch
know what that
Kai.
is either.
But no. This is fantastic. This is like the best part of the show when we go up there else and just talk about weird shit. But yeah. Thank you, chat. Like I don't know what else to say. Like this is great. Most people hold mace and tell me to shut up, so this is fantastic. Message.
And now you know.
Half the battle. Keith, are you asleep?
Oh no.
Are you rethinking your life?
Every day.
Fuck off.
No, I'm not. No.
But other than that, like, thank you guys. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, we have 23 people in the chat. Like, this is fucking awesome. Like, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Like, just for being here. And we do this every Monday, every Wednesdays. We've got this buttered. We're gonna get Mikey Sutton on hopefully this Wednesday from Geekosity.
Party hard.
Yeah.
You're moving up in the world.
Yeah, everything's coming up Millhouse. Yep.
I'm gonna go find the Bauhaus parody Millhouse and buy you that T-shirt. It'll be great because no one will understand.
No, they won't. They'll never see it either because I don't turn on my camera ever.
Oh, that's not the point. That's not my point.
T-shirt historian says Fat Steve and Chris Corpse. I also figured out why Palpatine can't stop his force lightning. It's like when guys are peeing and impossible to stop midstream without insane pain. That's for you, Keith. You can shake your head now.
What?
See, right on cue. And I think we're going to end it here. Everyone, please smash the like. If you're watching in the future, watch the whole thing. It does get crazy. I want to thank Memes. I want to thank Kate and her giggles. I want to thank Adega and his sunglasses at night. I want to thank Monkey Jeebus with the low volume. And especially about Keith and the whiplash from all the head shaking he's had today. And his hand of long fingers. Very, very long fingers. And I want to thank my members. And before we go out, he quickly has something he wants to share. And this, I'm going to quickly pop in, which is Lantern City. Don't take off just yet. He wanted to show something, and I totally forgot the private chat. So this is Keith sharing something to me. Ooh. Wow, this looks pretty, dude.
There's wizard.
So cool.
Oh, wait, where'd it go? There we go.
Oh.
And next week, hopefully, Zax will join us, I'm hoping. And I want to give a special thank you to Arwen Avalon, if she watches the rest of us in the future, for being the 30th member and releasing the Fat Steven chair emoji, which I've been requested to by Mongo Big. Thanks. So what is this quickly, Keith, before we head off?
Well, this is a comic book that I think they were also trying to sort of move on into a television series and possible movie. And Bruce was a part of all of this. He attended a few conventions with the guys behind the comic and sold people on trying to pick it up. So you can go to your favorite comic book shop and pick up these issues, because I think all the comics are out now. So
actually,
each page is gorgeous.
This is gorgeous. And Mr. Tickle Trunk, this is the earliest Memes has ever been. I think he's getting more in sync with Timex or Big Ben or something. I don't know how it's working over there.
I've been learning math.
He's in the same time zone as you.
Oh, this is done by Boom?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah. Pick this up. They have the same ones who do Power Rangers as well.
Boom Studios.
Yeah,
Boom Studios is
Wait,
one
what?
of the last really cool comic publishers out there.
This is fantastic, Keith. Yeah. And before we do roll out, I want to say one thing. Please check the main home channel for for us here. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We've got this buttered. It's definitely imperative. We've got this covered. We're going to be focusing on DC films, not just the main pictures, but the animated pictures and the whole film phases, whether it's from then, now, and what is to come. And I know Keith has a lot of information. I know Gerry will pop by because he likes to draw shit. And Mikey's son might join us as well. I want to thank everyone here again. Literally, I can't thank you guys enough. Like, you hear that creaking? That's the new chair of joy right now. Thank you for helping support the channel. And with that, I'm going to have to update everything. You all have a great night. You don't got to go home. But you sure as hell gotta get the fuck out of my Babylon 5 franchise shop.
I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold
And episodes 15 and 16 next week. Get ready for Zahadu.
on and I said, ooh, I'm flying a light. No, I can't slip until I feel
Don't forget your merch.
I said, ooh,
Don't forget Memes needs a haircut.
oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust.
Hey, I'm not a kid. I don't have a 6-headed penis.
I can never